Okay. So, when we last left off, or I should say, before we last off, with the GIF coming and kidnapping Balgar, um, you started out in Valaki here. Um, you had made a deal with Erwin Mardukov. Um, if you recall, he was the fellow seated in the chair in this picture. Um, his family owns the Wizard of Wines winery off to the west, and they use three magical gemstones to make the grapes grow despite the harsh conditions of Barovia and provide the entire land with a constant supply of wine. But recently, the gems have been stolen, and he's requesting your help to recover them. Um, you also met Rudolf van Richten in the inn, who
Indeed, we
was
did.
poorly disguised as a half-elven bard, a very bad bard, and after a little bit of questioning, um, you found he was looking for some people that belonged to the Order of the Feather, because he was kind of hoping to recruit them in his cause to fight the Devil's Strahd. You went your separate ways and were planning to head west when you bumped into your friend Ezek Strasdy again. And he kind of made his usual vague threats about you being trouble, and was about to kick you out of the town. But you also ran into the Baron and Baroness of Valaki, the Baron being the kind of crazy person that insisted that all will be well, to the point that you would create enough happiness in the town to take it out of the Shadowfell and return it to the normal material plane. And then chaos unfolded.
Well, Paladin.
And the Baron was suddenly destroyed very badly, in full view of the townsfolk. Um, but instead of reacting with horror or anything like that, the townsfolk were very appreciative that the reign of terror of the Baron was over. They would no longer be forced to do the inane weekly festivals.
The Baron
And
really reminds me of Denethor in a lot of ways, both by
he really
appearance,
does, yeah.
yeah, both by appearance and this detachment from reality.
Hmm.
Anyway, go ahead.
Um, right. So from that point, you did indeed leave Valaki, but not before you saw Ezek one last time, and Ezek seemed rather uh, broken, not so much because the Baron was dead, but because he had lost his purpose, which was to kind of be the enforcer of the Baron, and he just wandered off into the distance rather than uh, stick in town.
It just now dawns upon me that we should have told him about the dinner or the lunch that Strahd invited us to
Oh
and
gosh.
sent Ezek to it.
I think it was around point P here on the map where you saw an elk in the road, and upon observation of this elk, it began to laugh at you and tell you that your magic is no match for his. And he proceeded to create a tsunami to throw at you, but a lucky counterspell was able to make the tsunami go away, and then the elk decided it had enough, then cast Time Stop and ran away.
As elks do.
Hmm. Indeed. And from there, you made your way over to where you are now, at close to Point W. You've taken a long road through the woods, very haunting looking, with all kinds of strange sounds in the night, and just the oppressive eeriness of Barovia seems to be magnified in the woods.
Hmm.
And then your cart was suddenly pulled over by a bunch of hippo men, and you know that story.
And yes,
And so
things got weird for a week.
and then Balgar returned triumphant with a new mace and a neon Bud Light. Uh,
And a stapler, which I
a
feel like
stapler,
is the real hero of the story.
and quite possibly an SMG that nobody knows how to use. It is there that we'll pick up. So I guess aside from last week where we had Balgar return to the party, does anybody have any reactions to a bunch of hippo men coming and kidnapping one of your players?
Uh,
There ain't no hippo man.
yeah, I don't remember that happening.
What? Okay. Yeah. It must have been a dream. Oh, hang on. There's something at my door.
Okay,
Nigel is barking. I'll be right back.
sure.
All I'm saying is that I'm trying to build a successful music career, and I will not be taken seriously if I go around telling people that a bunch of hippo men came down, abducted my friend, and then let him just pop back into existence. I can't deal.
I don't know. Hip hop, it might be great for your career.
What the heck is hip hop?
What sort of musician are you, really?
Rap metal.
Rap metal. Okay, yes.
It sometimes gets shortened to rattle.
Mm-hmm.
It reminds me, I should put up the invitation from Strahd just to remind you that it's there.
That seems. All I'm saying is everybody's going to want the drugs you're on, so it might be great for your career.
Drugs, yeah. Yeah, people love the music.
It sounds like Mason coming back. It sort of sounds like Mason coming back.
Sort of.
So now that we've done that, how
Uh-huh.
are we going to get Balgar out of the hole?
Out of what hole?
The hole that he just fell into and broke some legs.
Who broke what?
You're back.
Uh-oh. I broke my back?
No.
Yes, Bane popped into
Oh,
existence and broke your back.
Yeah, we're just doing all other crossovers now. I just kind of threw the book out the window and said, yeah, we're just going to borrow everything now. So, you're coming out of the wood path. You would pass a sign, an old wooden sign that just points southwest and says winery. And after a half mile, the road becomes a muddy trail that meanders through the woods, descending gradually until the trees part, revealing a mist-shadowed meadow. The trail splits. One branch heads west into the valley. The other leads south into dark woods. And as you approach the edge of the woods, a light drizzle begins to fall. And you see unpainted fences blindly following the trail, which skirts north of a sprawling vineyard, before bending south toward a stately building. The fog takes on ghostly forms as it swirls between the neatly tended rows of grapevines, Here and there, you see rope-handled half barrels used for hauling grapes. North of the trail is a large stand of trees, and along this edge of trees, you see a man wearing a dark cloak and cowl, beckoning you.
Could he
We
be the
can
winest?
the winest.
I'm sure it's fine, guys.
I mean, did we get a description of his family members at the winery?
He mentioned, well, he looks fairly old, or at least middle-aged, so you can imagine his father, who runs the winery, would be older,
Okay.
about by probably 20, 30 years.
Sure.
And this man does look pretty old.
Okay. I mean, we can steer our cart that way and ask him where he wants us to park at least.
So, relative to where you are, he'd probably be standing right around a little bit west, but still very much on the edge of the tree line.
Okay. I thought you were talking about this little stand of trees.
Oh, yeah, that is what it says. Never mind. My bad. Right there. And if you move your carts there, you will all see many shapes aimlessly meandering through the grapevines.
Yo, what the heck does that mean?
Let me find the picture. Here we go. Many of these things.
Oh,
Oh, good.
little Groots, yeah.
This is normal. This is good.
Would any of us know the name of these things?
They look like something straight out of fantasy Warhammer.
Yeah.
You can roll Arcana checks to see if you know.
Sure.
Wow.
Oof.
Pep really knows what these things are.
Best
Yeah.
modifier, worst roll.
And worst modifier, best roll. Or no,
So-
not worst modifier.
No.
Zell has worst.
So
just
everybody
let them
knows
tell
what
me.
this is. This is a twig blight, or a bunch of twig blights. They're animated foliage that seem to be, animated foliage that has some kind of dark magic empowering them and guiding them around. But whatever seems to be guiding them at the moment isn't really directing them towards anything, so they're shambling around instead, aimlessly, until they're given a direction.
Okay.
So they're not like inherently evil.
Yeah, it's more of it's just a bunch of plant material that someone warped into a humanoid shape.
Right.
Okay.
And the vines themselves look pretty rough at this point.
Yes, yeah, the winery looks like it's in pretty bad shape without its magic gemstones.
Okay. Do we have a name for our group? I forgot.
The Fantastic Five.
Oh, I think that's right.
Plus Hep Hep.
Plus the Fantastic Five plus Hep Hep.
I
We-
come up with
I
a new
think-
name every week. I'll work.
I'm ready to be on the case at least. So I think we just need to start gathering facts.
Okay.
So I'll get out of the cart and make my way towards the old man,
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
go with you.
I as well.
relatively older gentleman. Oh, okay, no, he's
Oh
old.
wow, that's much scarier.
This man introduces himself as Davian Mardikov, the patriarch of the family.
What are those
Um,
things on his cloak?
It's, yeah, pretty bad resolution, isn't it?
Trinkets?
Yeah, they look like magical things.
They definitely look like they're silver amulets of some sort, all with the same type of emblem on them. And he's going to kind of beckon you all into the woods, say, "Come on, get out of sight, quickly."
Oh, no need. Don't worry about it on our account. We're not afraid of them.
He looks over to all of the twig blights meandering through, and he says, "If the druids spot you, they'll send them all after you."
Oh, so those aren't yours?
He shakes his head, says, "No, no, I don't dabble in foul magic like that."
Oh, should we kill them?
He looks you up and down and at the rest of your group and says, "Do you think you could?"
Maybe.
It would be difficult to separate the vines themselves, though, from any attack. I cannot ensure that
that's
we
true.
wouldn't harm your livelihood.
He
That's
nods
true.
and says, "Yes, I really appreciate that. Whatever you do, you try to avoid damaging the vines as more than they have been already. My
Well,
son
maybe if we
spoke
kill the
pretty highly of you."
druids. I mean,
He's-
incapacitate the druids.
He says, "Well, the druids have made their way into our home," and he points to the stately building not too far from you and says, I think they've holed up in the basement.
Oh,
Yeah.
they're in the house? That's so
Yes,
convenient.
they've kicked us out of the house."
I thought we were going to have to go for another 3 miles. Or whatever those numbers on the map mean.
Pray tell, what protections did you have that kept the druids out when the winery was still in use?
He says that, well, it wasn't until recently that the druids got bolder and bolder with their attacks.
I see.
Something recently happened that caused the druids to become fanatic worshippers of Strahd.
You are
That's
not the first
suspicious.
person we've heard that from.
And he'll say that that the druids have not only have they stolen the gemstones, they're plotting some sort of horrific ritual on the hill, Yester Hill, to the south. And he'll point down the dirt road leading past the winery and says, "Beyond there's another stretch of trail that goes through the woods, and then you come to Yester Hill."
It was really nice of them to label it Y, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Um,
Yesterhill, why? It's very good.
Sir, I don't mean to call your testimony into question, but you seem to know a lot about the intent of these druids. How did you come by that information?
My family keeps eyes everywhere. We try to make sure we understand everything that's happening in Brovia. Try to counter whatever the Devil's Strahd is plotting. Adventurers such as yourselves come by every so often. We try our best to help you out.
I see.
Look, it has been an age since I punched something, and I feel like these druids are just the thing.
Has it really been an age? I feel like it's been like a day. You
been
punched
far
someone
too
to death yesterday.
That's right.
Oh, that's right.
It's been ages, yes.
It's been an age since I
A whole
punched
day.
druid and stuff.
I would imagine, though, that the druids would try to keep this information to themselves. How were you able to extract it? I feel like I need to know more about your methods and your eyes if we are to serve you best.
There's a loud boom of thunder coming from the south.
Oh, it's on.
And
It's
he
on.
says,
Let's go.
"I think that's a good indication that they're up to something down there."
Hmm.
Let's go.
The last
Subjugation of our enemies is of critical importance. We should not dilly-dally here.
I agree. The last question I have is, did you see the stones in the druid's possession, physically, in their possession?
He says that he saw one of the gemstones in their possession. One of these druids had gone to Yester Hill with it.
Can I make an insight check on that?
Absolutely.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
He's not lying about that.
Okay.
He's not trying to deceive you or anything about that.
Cool. Well, with that assurance, I'm in agreement with Zell and what's your name? I always forget it. Sokol. Are you Sokol, Shadow?
Oh yeah, I'm so
Yeah.
check.
That we can proceed.
Okay, I'm about to throw some names.
Liquor Liberation Front.
Hooray!
10
I
out
love
of
it.
10. I want it.
On behalf of the LLF, I would like to let you know that we're on the case.
The LLF.
Yes, the Liquor Liberation Front.
You did it so well.
His eyes widen a little bit and says, "Oh, yes. Well, we're very glad to have the LLF here to help us."
As you should be. Now, where are those druids?
He points to the south towards Yester Hill, and then he points to the house and the winery. He says, "Take your pick."
To the carts.
You prefer Yester Hill first, rather than potentially a smaller subset and getting this man his home back?
That's a good point. You have a good point. But I feel like we should. I feel like the ones at the house are probably the less important ones.
I agree.
And isn't the thunderstorm happening to the south? I feel as though we should stop the ritual before that
Sir,
escalates.
will you be safe here if we were to pursue those at Yester Hill?
He nods and says, "Yes, we'll be quite safe here."
I'll look to the others, to Zell and Majestic and Chlortalk and Hip Hip.
We all in, you know.
Definitely.
I'm just happy to be here.
Of course you are. I pat Hep on the head, give him a little tussle.
Oh, I like
That's-
good head pats.
That's a good boy. To Yester Hill. And I guess we can load up again and head down south.
All right.
Will you be trying to do a sneak attack or a full frontal?
Yeah, but that's something we can discuss on the
A
way
full
there,
frontal
or
sneak
can
attack.
be discussing.
I'm a
What did
pretty
you say?
sneaky dude. So, like, I could do some sneaky sneaks, do a little shadow step,
I can
jump
attempt
behind
to
the
be
big one,
sneaky.
punch him in the back when he doesn't see it coming.
The thing is,
We've seen that
I'm
in
playing-
action.
when I'm playing at full volume, everyone should be better at sneaking because there's nothing else to.
That's a good point. Yeah, I was just saying, like, I can attempt to be sneaky, I just can't guarantee that I won't get caught somehow. I've got a glaive and a mace of disruption that kind of cling together a little bit when I walk. but I will do my best. I'll take. How about this? How many people do we have for this assault? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
25.
What on earth are you?
No.
What?
8.
38.
We have 8 people, right?
Are we bringing
4.
in people who aren't?
Well, I mean, canonically, wouldn't Azrael be there? Azariah? Dang it, Melissa, I'm so sorry. I know you're gonna be watching this
Azariah
replay.
probably is with us,
So
but
sorry.
I believe they're asleep. They've been asleep for hours.
Okay.
Yeah, well, we'll say they're asleep right now.
Okay.
They're
Okay.
extremely
Okay.
tired.
So then, yeah, we have 6. Do we want to do a two-pronged attack, a 3-pronged attack,
6-pronged attack.
a 6-pronged attack?
We each go separate directions.
Exactly.
Split the party.
I've heard that goes really well. Splitting a party of 6 into 6 groups.
One of us
Yeah.
is going to Strahd's castle. One of us is going.
No, but I mean, here, let me freehand draw this. Right? So
I
like,
think maybe it would go faster if all of us were able to attack.
Right,
It
like-
is possible that the map would allow us to position such.
this would be the 3, right? Like if you kind of like all went in separate, or if we went in separate groups and then kind of converged at the same time, or
3 might be too much, but
I think that would be spreading
2
ourselves
is,
a little bit thin. It's like if we just removed
2
this
might make
one,
sense.
right? Like if we stopped our cart,
Sure.
if we stopped our cart like up here and then kind of like walked out, that way.
Okay, but what would be the signal to? Oh, I would be the signal to go.
Or majestic.
Everyone can hear me.
But I mean,
Everyone
like,
can hear.
Yes, but I can sneak in and punch him.
Are your punches that loud?
They will be because I'm gonna punch a big dude.
Okay. Hang on, let's see what what's the scale though from like the edge of the trees here to into the
I'm glad you asked.
It is a
Center.
massive map.
So this is
this is the
giant
50 square one.
Yes.
Oh, okay,
I
okay.
made it a handout because I'm not gonna even attempt to try to scale this out in roll 20.
Okay. So like there's not a ton of cover to be had from like we'd still have to expose ourselves quite a bit as we run from the tree line into the center. That's what I'm
What's
getting.
in the explorer's pack?
What are the are those like just shrubs, or are those vines that are kind of dot the hillside?
The kind of circles going around
Yeah.
each layer. Well, I'll read you the description. The trail through the thick woods leads to a hill covered with dead grass and cairns of black rock. It is
Cairns.
pronounced cairns, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Dark, ominous clouds gather high above, and a single bolt of lightning strikes the hilltop. West of the hill, the land, the woods, and the sky vanish beneath a towering wall of fog. And dirt trails run along 2 concentric rings of cairns that encircle the hillside. Each cairn is a 10-foot-high mound of slimy black rocks.
10 foot
By the
high
way,
though, like you could definitely
I know
stand.
how we can signal you guys.
You could definitely stand behind those. Like we could move,
Yep.
from the edge of the forest to each of us being behind one of those pillars, and then, again, move or make a stealth check from the outside to the inside, and then mount our attack. I'd be okay with trying that, especially under the cover of thunder and lightning and everything.
I would like everyone to make perception checks.
From where? Where are we as we make these perception checks?
You'll be coming down the dirt
The
path.
mountain.
Okay. When he
Yes.
comes? Okay.
Perception. Okay. As soon as I perceive where the perception roll is.
Balgar hears it, whatever it is.
Okay.
Sokol's just staring at his fists.
Yeah, nobody else.
All right, we'll start with the lowest values and what you see and hear. So, in addition to the occasional lightning strike, at the very top of the hill, you see the big circle of stones, in the center of which is a 50-foot tall, looks almost like a giant twig blight that you saw in the vineyard, but it's in the shape of Strahd. Slightly south of this.
When you say giant,
Mhm.
How giant is giant?
50 feet.
Oh,
It's pretty giant.
Mm-hmm.
That's giant.
South of this giant twig blight is a large misshapen tree. It's actually, let's find the picture. That is not the right picture. Never mind. I'll have to describe it. So this tree is very large, not quite as large as the statue. Probably the size of a 2-story house. It has not a single leaf upon its branches, and when you look at it, you see lightning strike at it, and there doesn't appear to be any kind of damage, but a sort of miasma of black magic forms around the tree, and you see this black miasma going towards the statue of Strahd, or the twig blight of Strahd.
Is that the Jerry Bruckheimer tree?
I say, what is that miasma? Not having any idea.
Like a cloudy murkiness.
Yeah, he was rolling Arcana,
Oh.
and he just failed miserably.
Yeah. You know, it's a
cloudy murkiness.
cloudy
Cloudy
murkiness. It looks like a real nasty black fog.
Yeah. Balgar's not even going to try to assess what it is. He just knows it's evil.
Yeah. Zell, with his 11, can see that there is a figure standing atop the hill, waving around some sort of blackened branch that looks like it would have come off that tree there. And he seems to be standing between the tree and the giant twig blight, and waving the branch from the tree towards the twig blight and back and forth over and over again. Glortok, with a 12, also sees this, but also sees a number of figures on all surrounding the mountain, or not the mountain, the hill, not quite hiding behind the rocks, or the cairns, but standing around them. And then Balgar can hear their chanting. Winter splinter, winter splinter, winter splinter, over and over again. Or just barely able to hear that over the sound of the thunder.
How close am I to this?
You're at the edge of the line of trees in the top right.
Am I close enough to run in and punch someone?
No.
Because I really want to yell, "Here comes the sun," and punch someone in the face.
That'd be pretty great, especially if your fists were holy fists. But
They are magic.
But do they do radiant damage? That's the question.
No, they don't yet.
See.
Maybe someday.
So then you can't make the joke. I'm sorry.
It was so good.
Oh, I had a question though. Oh, so you said there were a number of figures that were like standing not behind the cairns but near them, around
Yes,
the hill?
they're standing around the hill, mostly obscured by the cairns, but not in the way that would imply that they're hiding behind them.
Right. How many in total
Uh,
can we see?
you see maybe 20 total.
Oof, okay. And does the oh, what did you call it? The Strahd shaped thing?
Mhm.
The twig blight? Is it animated? Like, is it moving around?
It is not moving around.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. All right, what's our plan of attack now?
I mean, I'm still planning on sneaking in and punching someone.
Okay.
Have you tried to kindling?
In fact, I think I'm going to start trying to sneak up.
Okay, wow, that's a really good sneak.
Which side are you going on, Felge?
I don't know. For some reason, I thought I was on the top.
Okay, so western side?
Northern side.
Or yeah, west of our cart. But yes, the northern side of the hill. I'll go on the other side. I'll go on the eastern side of the hill. And I'll try to be sneaky as well.
Oh yeah, do we want to split up?
I thought we were still saying flanks were good.
Yeah, I
Yep.
thought we were pincer attacking, sort of.
So
Yeah.
who's
Split up.
So Balgar's on the eastern side of the hill. Sokol is on the northern side of the hill currently. That's all we've talked about.
I will join Belgar.
I will join the northern front.
I know how to have the sun appear.
Okay, so repeat that for me. So, who's going on the north side?
Me and Felch.
You and Felch.
Yep.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
SG,
Who's going east?
Balgar, and
And Zell.
Zell.
All right, and where's Hep Hep going on during all of this?
Let's see. Is there anyone? Is Majestic not accounted for?
Oh, where's Majestic going?
I will go with him. He needs a friend.
It's true. I do need those.
Right down the center.
So yeah, I was about to say that would put us in a 4-2 situation.
Yeah.
Where's
I
our
guess-
submachine gun?
don't have
Zell
it.
Zell should have it, right?
Where's what?
The submachine gun.
No. Why, yes.
Hep Hep and I do not really strike anyone as the high DPS type, so we'll be coming down the actual path.
Okay.
Three
You
ways-
just like you
Two,
you
two, and
take the hooks of the cart, like the horses off the cart, and then you just like get a start down the hill, and the what do you call it? The cart itself, you're just like riding it into battle with your guitar blazing. That seems fitting.
There's an image that I can't share with anyone who hasn't actually watched Doctor Who yet, but I want
Okay.
just writing something while playing guitar at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I assume it's very majestic. Okay.
So for those who are going around,
Yeah.
except for Felge, he's already rolled stealth. I'd like you all to roll stealth as well.
Okay. I would have gotten into the trees early. Like you see kind of where
Yeah.
I was putting those prongs. Like I was hoping to avoid having to be super stealthy, but I'll still.
I'm very good at this.
I'm glad I'm on Glortalk's side here. Actually, I still might be hidden with his critical failure.
Okay.
Stealth, huh? Yeah.
For the
we're
record,
we're
I
good.
did roll way ahead of time to be ahead of all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so what's going to happen is that even with a 3 and a 4, they don't spot you. Instead, their attention is brought to Majestic and Hep Hep much quicker because they hear the sound coming from that general direction. And the druids nearby are still chanting Winter Splinter, Winter Splinter over and over again. But a druid will approach you, one that is not speaking or chanting. He looks like this.
Ooh.
Oh, he's got to die.
And he looks at you, Majestic, and Hep Hep, and says, "Who are you to disturb our ritual?"
My name is Hep Hep. And I'm just gonna look at Majestic, like, introduce yourself.
Oh, you not telling me this old thing hadn't heard of this guy?
And the druid will respond with, "Speak swiftly."
Oh, is that
That's something that he does.
He's very good at that, actually.
Hang on, this is one of my favorite ones. I gotta find it. Speak swiftly, and if there was anyone in range, they would actually get haste from this. But at any rate,
Hasted Hep Hep.
oh, someone tell me what I gotta do to break the fist down. Call me Piggy, take another fisher, take another round, flashes on the wall, do it all, the speed of sound, hesitation, elevation, take it up and around.
Oh.
Is this real life? That was fantastic.
It was, but he cut out at the end for me.
Cut out for me too, but what I heard was just so
Oh, yeah.
brilliant that it was like astonishing. Every time, I'm just like
Mm-hmm.
so into it.
It's always
Hep
impressive.
Hep will clap and then look at the man and say, "See, swiftly."
The druid blinks and says, "What?"
Oh, them's fighting words.
Oh, snap! Did I end your nap? It's time to pay attention to my whoop-ass intentions. You know this bard will break your heart in 60 parts before the start. You may say you're like MLK, you have a dream, you see the way, but the dream is over, you're a 3-leaf clover. I'll melt your face with my cliffs of Dover solo.
Oh. Damn.
Burn.
Does he have to take wisdom damage from that?
Hang
Yeah,
on,
he
that's actually...
should.
Or are you actually casting a spell with that?
Yeah, that's my incantation for cutting.
Oh, nice.
Ouch.
All right. Oh, hey, Spartan.
Party.
Hey, Sparty.
Forte.
You got here right in time.
What's that mean?
Actually, he got here about 5 minutes too late.
It's
Yeah,
true.
I mean, well, you missed some really wonderful rhymes by Mr. Thatcher Ritz, but you did get here before battle.
Oh, okay.
When you get into roll 20, go to the handout section, and there's a handout called Yester Hill, and that's where we are right now.
There's also Druid, who is the one we were talking to presently.
He's getting burned really badly.
Yes.
Yeah, he is.
Wait, physically burned or metaphorically burned?
Metaphorically burned.
Okay.
To the point it very well may be a physical burn.
Yeah, exactly.
It
I mean-
possibly could be
I mean, to
physical.
be fair, my old bard could do that.
Yeah, I'm still
Yeah.
waiting on fire spell.
I think
And
it's
once
a 3rd level spell. That was maybe. I don't know. In 4th edition, it would have been Pathfinder, but not the point.
when you've got the Yesterhill handout open, let me know and I'll describe what you're looking at.
I do have it open.
Okay. So obviously this is a humongous map.
Uh-huh.
It's a large hill with cairns kind of tiered around it as each layer goes up. At
Yep.
the very top is a giant 50-foot tall twig blight in the shape of Strahd. There's also a large misshapen tree that is being
Okay.
repeatedly struck by lightning without any visible damage occurring to the tree, but is creating a sort of dark, evil magic miasma around it, which a druid waving a branch that might have come off this tree is waving this miasma over to the twig blight Strahd thing.
Okay. Okay.
Sokal and Glortalk have decided to begin moving around the northern edge of the hill, while Zell and Balgar are moving down the eastern side, kind of a pincer attack. Which direction would you like to go? Oh, and then, sorry, Majestic and Hep Hep decided to just go straight up the path, down the middle.
Okay, so how many were going up top?
2.
How many were going to the side?
It's currently 2, 2, and 2.
2 each way.
Oh. Way to make my decision actually challenging.
You can be the you can attack from the 4th side if you want.
What?
Go all the way around.
All the way
that's
around.
actually- that seems like a lot of work. By the time he gets around there, everything will be done.
I mean, that could end in my favor if everyone dies, and then I can just, live. But not the point.
You just abandon us. You see the fight's lost, and you're like, "Hey, this looks like a nice river."
I got here. Yeah. So this over here, that was totally. Let's go. Wait, where is Druid Man? Yeah,
He's if you look at the Yesterhill map, there's there's a intersection on the path. At the second intersection is where the druid is standing, and Majestic and Hep Hep would be right around there.
Oh, so he's not even like up top?
Not anymore. He walked down to figure out who these people were, and as there's also incessant chanting where the druids are saying the words "Winter Splinter" over and over again.
Oh, there's more than one.
Oh yeah.
Yes, there's.
I missed that part.
Yes,
20
there's 20 plus
Oh,
scattered all around the hill.
That could be fun. I'm gonna go up top. There seems like better trees there.
So I'll put you with Majestic and Hep Hep.
That is not what I said.
Up top,
Are
you
you-
mean
well,
with
Not down the middle.
Sokol
Oh,
and
sorry.
Yes.
yeah, Glortalk.
Yes, not
I
right
misunderstood.
down the middle. I may not understand magic, but I'm not that much of an idiot.
Alrighty. So,
So I want to punch something.
yes.
Well, hang on. Before we get to that, cutting
oh my
words.
God.
No,
You know how
he
long
cast
I've been
cutting.
sneaking?
He cast cutting words. I'm just trying to get that resolved.
I am
Yeah.
also chaotic neutral. I don't have patience for this.
Ability check. Use. Okay. Alrighty. Perfect. Yeah, I'll keep that in mind for when that comes up.
Okay.
So, Felge, you want to punch somebody?
Someone near the top.
All right. So, you'll have to make your way up quite a ways whilst maintaining stealth, which you rolled a 27, so that's I'll keep that going. So for Folan and Glortalk, let's have you roll stealth again, or for the first time in Sparty's case.
That's better, Glortalk.
Quite a bit better.
Mhm.
Oh, that's sleight of hand. Wrong button.
You pickpocket the nearest druid.
Hell. I
Nice.
mean,
Nice. Okay. The druids are very focused on their chanting. Some of them even have their eyes closed and heads raised in the rapture of the moment. And they just continue whispering or shouting, in some cases, "Winter Splinter, Winter Splinter." And I'll put Felge near the front when we get to what I assume will be quite the combat. What about Balgar and Zell? What is your plan?
From the edge of the trees, if I see Majestic, going after him with some fighting words, and if I, by some chance, were to see the stealth Sokol, which I doubt I would, I'd be,
No.
yeah, I'd be preparing for combat probably, just because, here's what I know is going to happen. Majestic is going to initiate, with this druid, and, he's going to call in reinforcements, and as soon as they turn towards Majestic and Hep, that's, a prime opportunity to
Rush up
attack.
the hill.
Yeah, exactly. So that's kind of my plan. So I'm readying for an attack
Same here.
right at the edge of the woods.
At the signal, I plan to
Yeah.
Okay.
Scream and run. Up the
All
hill.
right. And the druid in front of you, Majestic, is his face contorts in anger as he says, "Was that a threat? Do you dare to interrupt our ritual?"
I ain't even started, really.
The druid will turn and say, "The time has come. Winter Splinter." And
That's not a very good rap.
Right now, I'm gonna punch the closest druid in the back of the face.
You tell him, honey.
In the back of the face.
at the moment your fist connects with this druid, a series of rapid-fire lightning strikes hit the tree, and all of the druids, except for the ones gathered around the very top of the hill,
That's where I was trying to get to.
burst
Remember
into
I rolled a long time
flames.
ago.
Oh,
great.
ooh.
And the chanting of Winter Splinter is suddenly cut off by shrieking as the druids are reduced to cinders very quickly.
I've never seen a rap that ended that way.
Wait, does Sokol then take damage?
No, he will not take damage.
Okay.
Thanks.
So we're gonna move you
Thanks.
to this,
Y'all a
and
bunch of extra dumbasses.
the giant twig blight of Strahd begins to move.
Okay.
Let's get some initiative going.
Okay.
Select your token.
I like how my trying to do something was completely ignored.
Dude,
It was-
it was a long way up the hill.
Yeah.
And I rolled ages before Majestic even got there.
You talk about ages. You're talking up against the sages. You can't stop me.
Okay. Then lastly, The this is technically a tree blight, which is very different, obviously.
Yeah, then a twig blight.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Blights. There it is. Okay. Wait, no, that's the wrong book. Great. Let's do this. Okay. And sort. Sokal, you're up first.
Would he be any closer since he'd already made his approach? Like, since he'd already separated himself from the group to punch somebody? Or...
He punched that one.
Oh, I see. Okay. Okay.
I mean, if you wanted to look at the scale of the top of the hill versus what's here,
Right.
this is still, like, you know...
So apparently what happened was I snuck all the way to the top of the hill, sat down, waited for a while because I wanted Glortok to feel like he was important. And
Very
then
nice of you.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Do you mean to suggest that I am not important?
I was explaining the situation, not out of character, as it were.
All right, so what do you got for us?
Oh, shoot, I'm going forward. I think I can go 40 feet.
Okay. And as you're moving, you notice that this druid here is the one carrying the tree branch that looks like it came off the big nasty looking tree over here.
Hmm.
I'm going here.
Okay.
And I'm going to punch that druid 6 times.
Wait, you can move and punch 6 times? That's crazy.
I thought so. You
I
spend
thought
a key
that
point
the
to
6
do
punches
flurry of
was
blows, and I get
Okay.
3 attacks a turn.
okay.
I thought. Right?
If you're using key points,
Yeah, I'm using key.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Here we go.
Or flurry of blows for you. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits.
Hmm.
Okay, so 16, 26, 32, 42.
All right. The druid goes down and drops the staff.
Woohoo! Now the springing around me are gonna flank and kill me, but that's okay.
Glortok.
Okay. I will move a bit. I'll move to there. And... Wait, I only have 25 speed. To there. Short legs.
Mhm.
I will cast something. I will
Thanks,
cast
Glortok.
this on the tree.
Less thanks,
Okay.
Glortok.
A ranged spell attack. An 11 is a miss.
Oof.
Guess that's it.
Okay. Volan.
I will cast a spell.
Please do.
Yeah. Is this thing alive?
It's moving.
I don't like that. I want it to stop moving. I would like to. Let me bring up the stuff because sometimes forget how all this stuff works. I want to whatchamadoodle. We're gonna. Where is it? Gosh, I'm forgetting what my own abilities are called, and that's a real problem for me. I'm gonna do the thing where I get advantage on a roll, and it makes me surge because that's fun. I like fun. Tides of Chaos gets advantage on my next attack roll, ability check, or saving throw, and it's gonna be the first attack roll on this.
Okay.
Three fire rays, all at the big tree.
Okay.
I want to burn it with fire.
Please make ranged spell attacks.
Yes. First one is at advantage. So we're going to roll that one first. Ranged spell attack. Damn.
That's a miss.
That was a shit roll. Second one. That was better.
That's a hit.
Yeah.
Third one is better.
That's a hit too.
Okay, so 2 things of fire. Okay, so that is 2d6 fire damage. So per thing, so 4d6. 11 damage.
All right.
And do I roll for surge? It's technically your
Yes,
call.
go for it.
Excellent. Let's see what happens.
Oh.
Whoa.
Is that the
boy.
reroll and twice or something? And
No, that's the regain all expended sorcery points for that day.
whoa.
I don't know if I've spent any, so that kind of sucks. Wait, can I? Oh, I should have realized that. I forgot I could have added to that original roll, but you've already revealed what it says. But I can't spend sorcery points to add to that.
Okay.
Okay. You know what? I'm just gonna, because I'm a little pissed that I just got sorcery points back without spending them. I'm gonna spend some sorcery points out of spite because my character doesn't tend to think logically about things. So I am going to cast a quicken spell.
Ooh.
So it can turn one spell into
Nice.
a quickened action, and
Very
I'm
cool.
going to use Chaos Bolt because why not? I'm gonna attack the big ugly tree and see if it jumps around because that'd be funny. I did Chaos Bolt, not the tree.
Okay.
Ranged spell attack on a hit does 2d8 plus 1d6 damage. After the damage, if I get doubles, and it jumps to someone else. And it could, in theory, jump and hit everyone, but that would be an obscene amount of luck.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so first we're gonna have.
That's definitely a hit.
I got a 19. That's fun. Okay, so it hits the tree. So roll 2d8, 3 and 5.
Plus 1d6.
1.
Not so great.
So I'm gonna make fire damage instead of lightning damage.
Okay.
So 9 fire damage. I said lightning. Okay. That's all I got.
Alrighty. Valgar.
Okay. I would like to rage.
Oh boy.
I'm an angry boy. First of all, Rage doesn't give you a move speed bonus, does it?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Are you a barbarian?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe it doesn't. Pathfinder. Anyways.
That's what I was checking. I don't think it does. But I still have a move speed of 40, so... And how do we do diagonals? Diagonals are just 5 still, right?
Yeah, I don't do anything special. Yeah, you have advantage on strength checks, strength saving throws. Melee weapon, you get bonus damage to the roll that increases as you gain levels as the barbarian.
Right. Yeah.
Resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, slashing.
Right. Okay. So I'll use my glaive at first, and I will make these reckless attacks, so I'll have advantage on them. Ooh, no, I won't. No, that would be bad. We don't have our healer here. little meta, but at the same time, like, Balgar's not that dumb. So I'll make 2 attacks. This is with a reach weapon, so I can be a little ways away. Okay. Oof.
A 14 hits, a 9 does not.
Yeah. Okay, so 12 damage. Wait, 12 damage plus 2. So 14. And that's the rage damage, because it's a strength.
Okay. Majestic.
I was holding on the wrong button again. Well, clarification, is the closest tree blight to me dead? Like, is that symbol just behind it for some?
That should be for the big guy.
Okay, that's not a skull and that's not a skull and crossbones. Okay. So this thing, this big one, still kicking, still looking ferocious.
Yes.
Well then, let's add to his suffering. I just got this spell, so I'm looking forward to Chris. Gonna take a step in front of Hep. Okay. Turn up. Ignite. It's about to be a symphony of suffering and pain. Turn up. Ignite. If you walk away from this, you'll be black and insane. Turn up. Ignite. If you got your liquor license, and you better frickin' duck. Turn up. Ignite. I can melt steel beams.
Oh boy. Please point out the spot you're dumping this thing. Right there.
What's its radius?
20 feet.
20. Oh, tool. Ooh. That's gonna hit a Balgar.
Yeah, so. Alright, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 saving throws on my end to make. Okay.
And it's dex half, or?
Yeah, dex success is half.
Okay.
Let's see. This is for... I'll just use this for the druids.
Hey.
Ooh.
The blights. And big blight.
I was about to say, if that big blight makes a dex save, I'm gonna be pissed.
The 50-foot monstrosity nimbly dodges your fire.
Exactly.
All right, roll damage, Mr. Mo. And what is your DC? It's 8 plus your spellcasting modifier plus your proficiency bonus.
And it should also be listed at the top of your spells tab.
Ah,
Yeah.
15. There it is.
Okay. So, are we rounding up or down for half of 33?
Round down.
Okay.
So only the druid succeeded. The blights are dead.
You used to be able to do that. Why can't you do that anymore?
Yeah, that one.
Do what?
You used to be able to do subtraction in the bubbles. Like, you used to be able to do minus, like, 68 minus 16 in the bubble itself. And it would
Worked
update.
for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, and the druid in front of you, Balgar, is incinerated immediately.
Okay. Yeah, it just keeps showing 68 minus 16. Weird.
Okay. Would you like to move anywhere, Majestic?
Are there any concrete slabs or rocks that I can see within 20 feet?
You're probably close to those rocks where you are right now. The top layer of rocks surrounding the tree blight and the big old tree.
Then I shall stand on the coolest rock and continue to.
All right. Zell.
Oh, Cell, that would be me. Okay. I will cast a spell as well. Starting from a whisper and then slowly getting louder. I wave my hands in a mystical fashion and cast a spell. Would the tree blight please make a wisdom save?
A wisdom save from the tree blight.
Yes.
Oh. Let's let me show you this.
Oh!
That's
Oh
fun.
my god.
Oh.
Wow. Is that the picture you're trying to find earlier?
Yes.
Ooh.
So
Hmm.
as I am reaching the higher volumes and looking at this thing now, higher pitches, I do yell, "Don't target Winter Splinter! Focus fire the minions."
Okay.
To anybody who might be listening.
I mean, so that was you were talking about this tree, right?
Yep.
So
Oh wait, Winter Splinter is a tree, or no?
Yeah.
I'm targeting the big guy, the tree blight.
well, the picture he just showed was of this tree down here.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Oh,
Yeah.
that tree
Oh,
down
okay.
there. Oh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
never
So
mind.
Winter Splinter
I'm
is the
far enough
tree.
away.
Okay, I'm targeting the tree blight.
Okay. Yeah. It kind of failed its wisdom save.
Just
so,
a bit there.
Yeah. All right. Do you want to move anywhere?
Oh, sorry. I actually had to move 2 squares forward before I cast a spell, but then I am not moving anywhere. Past that.
Okay. On the druid's turn, they are immediately going to scramble for the staff that was dropped, the weird tree branch looking staff. And they both grab it at the same time and have a brief struggle for it. Let's do.
So one slaps the other one on the back of the head or something.
Yeah, so they're gonna have a druid fight. This one
They-
here manages to grab it.
Damn it.
I imagine they tie their beards together and pull out little knives.
I love the visual.
The one that picks up the staff holds it up into the air victoriously, and a ominous purple light shines from the center of the tree blight. And the tree blight begins oozing blood from all over it.
Oh.
What color is the blood?
Blood red. And the winter splinter, the tree, makes a shuddering, a shuddering growl of some sort, as and another like dark cloud appears above the tree and begins floating towards the druid. Hep Hep, it's your turn. What a tonal shift.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hep Hep hasn't noticed a lot of the dark magic going on because he's very busy being the hype girl for Majestic.
Mm.
So yeah, I'm like standing behind Majestic now. I'll be going like, turn up, ignite, out of sight.
You're like my mom in the car where she hears a song and she's like, I think I know this one. I think I'm confident enough to start singing this. But then
That's
she's
exactly
totally
what I'm going
wrong.
for.
Yeah.
My mom does the same thing.
Yep. What is it with
So
moms?
great. Oh my god, my mom never did that.
Ugh.
Although I do that, so I mean,
You still identify with Hep Hep then? Well, that's good.
100%.
All right. The tree blight will take its turn. And compelled by the duel from Zell, it will stomp its way over there.
Time to run.
Do I get an attack of opportunity on it?
Yes, after it squishes another one of these little
Oh
blights. under it.
gosh. Okay.
Oh man, my main concern just went away. Thank you, Zell.
Mhm.
Like, now I can go after the druid that now has the staff. I'm so excited.
You're welcome.
Golly.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nope.
We're rolling like a boss tonight.
Yeah.
Well, I did well on all of the useless rolls, like the perception checks and the arcana checks, but
The
Anyway.
giant tree blight swings two massive arms at you, Zell.
I hold my shield up in terror. And I guess I ducked out of the way, because none of those actually hit me.
All right. And then, in addition to those arm
Oh.
attacks, it will make 2 attacks with its roots.
Mm.
But one of these is going to go after you, and then the other, at
Ouch.
disadvantage, because of your compelled duel, goes after Mason. So 11.
11 does not hit.
Okay.
Believe it or not, 24 hits me.
Okay.
Oh,
The-
sorry, Zell.
Root grabs you for, let's see, 1d6 plus 6. Wow.
Oh,
And ensnares you in a grapple.
Oh dear.
Yay, grapple!
This is one of those grapples where he doesn't gain or he doesn't lose anything by being in a grapple, right? Like
Probably
it's
not.
completely separate from him. Yes?
Mhm. Yes.
So, okay, his movement
That's
isn't
weird.
restrained or anything like that. Okay.
Right.
Because he's several size classes above me.
Right.
All right. The little twig blights are going to rush at you, Felge.
Cool. Miss.
More than likely, they're not very good at anything. 4, 9, and 8.
I kind of like do the like Jackie Chan, Bruce Lee thing where when they're against like lame opponents, where they don't even like dodge, they just kind of sway.
Mm-hmm.
They're like casually swaying away from these things.
Let me. Oh, yeah. We'll have you roll that at the start of your turn. Okay. So call.
Okay.
So quick.
yeah.
Sorry to interrupt, but compelled duel's concentration. Do I have to make a roll to keep it?
Is that what the con saving throw is, Apollo?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
Perfect.
so do you want me to make that now, or is that it?
We'll do it at the
that
start of your
something?
turn.
Okay.
I want to like do an acrobatic swim move through these guys here-ish to get to here and punch this guy 6 times in the torso region, hopefully splintering all of his ribs and impaling them into his heart.
Just to check, how many key points does it take for Flurry of Blows?
It takes 2 because I have 2 attacks a
So you have
turn.
3 attacks.
And so each key point gives me 3 attacks.
Okay.
So like every
you
attack.
sure about that?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
Like Flurry of Blows gives you 3 attacks.
Immediately after take your attack action on your turn, you spend 1 key point to make 2 unarmed strikes as a bonus action.
You only get 1 bonus action per turn.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. Sorry, I've been doing that wrong.
So, yeah, that would just be 4 attacks.
Okay, I can deal with that, but still, I'm gonna do 4 attacks.
Did you have to make an acrobatics check to get out of the attack of opportunity?
So-
or...
Well, I can.
Yeah, I'll let you do an acrobatics to dodge. Not quite good enough.
I will take attacks of opportunity any day from these guys.
It won't be a very. Let's see, a 6, a 14, and the druid has also a +2, and a 16.
I am completely unharmed.
Nice.
Okay. So make your attack rolls.
Okay, 4. And I only have to spend 1 key point, right?
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, cool beans.
Whoa.
Oof.
Wow.
I think all of those hit.
Yes, they did indeed.
22, 32, 48, 44.
So you mentioned the breaking of ribs.
And splintering into his heart.
That is exactly what happens.
Wow. It's almost like you've
Okay.
practiced that. I don't want to know how you practiced that, but
It involves hitting the same place every time.
I just imagine Sokol going up and be like, pow, 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 in the same place, and like each time your fist just goes deeper and deeper.
Yeah, that's
And-
exactly actually what it is. It's like Kill Bill, like with the punching the
Mm.
board at like
Mhm.
like finger distance,
Yeah.
except with a wind up.
I'm going to attack the remaining druid.
Okay. This is the one holding the staff, mind you.
Wait, what? I
I
thought
thought, no.
This
Oh
one
no, I'm
is-
sorry.
No,
That is-
no,
that's
this one
the
was,
That's
yeah.
right. Yeah, my bad. Right, so 8 damage. Or no. That's 16 damage. And the last druid goes down.
Okay. That's it for me.
Alright. Fullen.
Thank you, Glortalk. We need to get this staff out of their hands, I think.
I agree.
Okay, well, there went my idea. Shoot. Sorry. I was planning on lightning bolting multiple guys in a row, but now half of the row is dead. By half the row, I mean most of it.
And you have party members that are within 5 feet of each target, so...
Lightning bolts aren't that wide.
Eh.
I was just gonna
Can
step
also take a
over
hit.
and go straight down, but
Oh, I see what you mean. I thought this was the one that like had a chance to arc off and hit nearby enemies.
yeah, I can pick new targets. I can
Okay.
pick. It doesn't just
Okay.
jump to whoever the heck boss wants it to.
That's good.
Not that crazy to pick a spell like that, but I am probably going to use that since that's one of my better area of effect spells now, since nothing's on a line really. We wanted to kill druids, right? And they're all dead.
Correct.
Well, we've also seen that this tree thing probably has some evil magics of its own, as well as the
Big tree.
giant tree. What is it called? Tree thing.
Tree
that is
blight.
attacking Zell. Yeah, the tree blight that's attacking Zell.
Kill big tree. Is that what you're
Zzz.
still telling me?
Sure.
Don't say sure. That doesn't
Well,
make me feel like that's
no.
the
What I'm
plan
saying is, it's undetermined of like which tree is more important. This one or this one. This one is a more pressing danger just because it's attacking Zell. But like all of this might hinge on actually killing this tree, which is what the lightning is coming down to, and what provided this tree with its magic.
Well,
So
my
you can
best-
determine which one's the more important one. I don't know.
Given my best tree killing thing is a lightning bolt, and that doesn't seem to be facing this one, I'm probably gonna go with this guy
Good
for
call.
now. Okay, I'm gonna step up a smidge just for kicks and giggles. And
If you damage
I
it, that will end Gizmo's spell on it, but that's probably a good thing, actually.
Well, to be fair, it's probably on you anyways since it's concentration, but
Well, it's only a DC 10. But, yeah.
does that
Yeah.
DC scale with damage taken though?
It's
good
either
question.
10 or half the damage taken, whichever
Oh,
is
okay.
higher. So it's
Ah.
So what we're saying is we're to the point where the level of tactics I'm now saying is far beyond anything Fullen would care about.
True.
Yes, very much so.
So,
So shoot the tree.
just so for the sake of playing my character how I should,
Please.
I'm gonna shoot the tree. I'm going to use Tides of Chaos so I can get advantage on this attack roll,
Okay.
because every time I surge, I get that back. And I'm gonna Chaos Bolt the tree. So,
Alrighty.
ranged
1d8.
attack roll. Critical
That's
hit!
Very
Nice.
Oh my gosh.
wow.
Booyah! Okay. What do I roll?
A D8, right, for damage type?
2d8 plus
Plus 1d6.
1d6.
Oh yeah, 2D8, right.
And then do I roll that again? Because critical? Because you can critical spells.
So, yeah, why not?
I don't know how it works in the 5e. I don't
Do I
think that would
have to
it was stacked in Pathfinder.
confirm?
5e is
critical?
5e is double the dice. So it would
Right.
since these are all since these are all dice, you would
Mhm.
double I think all of it. So 4d8 plus 2d6?
And if there's at least one pair of doubles on the d8s, I can jump, right? Because fun.
Say that again.
And if there's at least one pair of doubles among the four, I can make it jump because fun, right?
Ah.
Sure.
Okay. Why you're the best, boss.
Just sure.
Ooh!
That's a really good roll.
It is.
Now, just,
Oh
just
wait, no,
I missed what you. So did you say the tree as in Winter Splinter or the tree blight?
The big thing.
The
This
tree
thing.
blight.
Okay,
Yes.
gotcha.
They're nothing within 30 feet.
well, I'm within 30
No
feet, but
enemy targets within
Okay.
30 feet. That's what I'm saying. That's 30 feet, which means this one is totally within 30 feet as well. So one of them can get him with it.
That's 35. Well, I guess it depends on where you choose your
Depends
starting
on where
point
you start
from.
your line.
So like, that's 30.
Yeah, he's a big tree. It's gonna work. Don't
Yeah,
question it anymore.
we'll go with it.
Okay.
Well, you
It's
still
just a
need to
move.
roll your 2d6. Yeah, okay.
Okay, so
That was a-
36 damage, and we're gonna make it thunder, because I like loud.
Do you not have to, after you roll, choose one of the d8s?
Yeah, you pick damage based on what it is.
So he
I
rolled
got-
a 7s and an 8, so he can choose between psychic and thunder.
Oh, I see. It's one
Yeah.
of one of the damage d8s. I was thinking it was a separate roll. I see.
No.
I see.
Nope. So I got to pick off what I rolled. So I had to be either psychic or thunder. I'm
That's a
gonna
fun
go
spell.
thunder.
There is, yes, much thunder as your spell strikes the giant tree blight for a total 29
Plus
36.
7.
plus the 7. Duh.
Okay, and then I'm gonna roll the surge. No, I'll roll the second attack, and then we'll roll the surge. That seems more appropriate of a jump. Let's go this one.
Mhm.
For the jump. I don't get advantage on this roll.
Oh my god.
But did you need it?
Oh my gosh.
wow.
Well,
19, and we're gonna make
Madness.
it fire damage. Got a
Smart.
3
Yes. Yes.
well,
plus 9 onto that.
because you got two 20s in a row, and because this is such overkill in this little tiny thing, we're gonna say the two nearby burst into flames.
Nice.
And since I got doubles, I can jump to this guy now. No, if this is a 20, I don't even know.
No, it's a natural one.
What are the chances?
Perfect.
It's all about that stamina.
And
All
that's
right,
how it
boss.
hit Glortalk
What
instead.
happens there? What?
And that's how it hit Glortalk instead.
Okay, let me roll damage. Honestly,
Yeah,
I'm
yes.
okay with that. After the nonsense that just happened, I'm okay with that.
Cloven.
Oh, of course.
Wow, even your damage rolls got lower. That's fantastic.
Wow.
Okay, 6 damage, and
That's
we'll
a
make
tickle.
cold damage.
Yeah, it's like a little chill came over you. You don't care. That's
All right.
hilarious.
And wild surge, 70. I feel like I got that before.
Is that butterflies?
Each creature within 30 feet of you becomes invisible for the next minute.
What?
You just only hits on a creature when it attacks or casts a spell.
Oh, that's awkward.
But the cold, that's funnier because the cold chill hits him and then he turns invisible too.
Okay.
Well, that's not really a good one for invisible. I'll let you pick out whatever you want for invisible.
Okay.
So, would you like to move after all that, Smarty?
I don't even know right now. I moved a little bit already. I don't know if I want to quicken any spells. I probably won't because that was a lot of things. I hit a lot of people.
Alrighty.
I'm gonna chill. Yeah, I'm gonna let it move on.
Balgar.
Okay. So seeing Tree Blight pick up Zell or grappled him. I don't know if he actually picked him up, but grappling.
more a bunch of roots entwining around him.
Where did the roots come from, though?
His feet.
Okay. Would I have to move to target those roots specifically?
You would need to move to where Zell is around here.
Okay. I'll do that. Would this be okay and still, like, with a reach weapon?
Sure, that would work.
Okay. So I'll make these reckless attacks. So these will have advantage.
Okay.
And, yeah, with my glaive. Okay, and I'll also do a bonus attack since I'm a polearm master.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. The root is severed
Nice.
and ends the grapple.
Yay.
Majestic.
Yeah. These combats, I mean, people die.
Yeah? I just don't know where you're going with this.
It's just there's so much death that I barely get 2 turns.
Hmm.
I honestly didn't expect to have this turn, so so that's where
I see.
I'll turn to Hep Hep and say make sure to stay. And
Do what?
I'll
You
go
cut
up
out there for me.
I just say make sure to stay behind me.
Oh, okay. I will do that.
I'll come up here. I can't talk and scroll around in my character sheet at the same time. It's
No stress. No stress. Can I just say this combat has been exceptionally fun?
Good.
I'm glad.
Like, first of all, I rolled fantastic, which is always great for me. So I'm really happy about that. But also, I got corrected on a misunderstanding, which was disappointing, but at the same time, good to know that I was doing it wrong. But everybody else's attacks have been fantastic. Like, it's been so fun.
So does anyone have like a length of chain?
I have oven mitts, but I
Are
do not
they-
have a length of chain.
Ah, a pity. That was going to be a fantastic idea on my part, if I do say so myself. Well, you know, when it ain't broke, do it again. I shall cast my second fireball.
Oh yeah, I was about to say I smell a fireball. Does the tree blight dodge? No, he does not.
Okay, this time I shall keep my friends in mind and cast
Thank
it
you.
in the top left corner of the tree blight.
Okay. Roll damage.
Wait a second. Hang on. How many feet is it?
20.
Okay, 20. some reason I got it mixed up, and I was like, wait, that still hits me.
34.
Nice.
All right. When you do this, a large chunk of the tree blight comes off. Probably maybe around the shoulder and chest region, and crashes to the ground and sends blood everywhere. I'd like everyone to make wisdom saving throws.
Oh dear.
Woohoo!
Fun.
I gotta tell you, wisdom ain't something I'm particularly full of.
I'm way too close.
That should not have been an advantage, so it would be 10.
Zell, roll a d100.
Gladly.
Is this one of those instant death D100s?
Okay, let me see. Okay. Zell, you've acquired short-term madness.
Yay.
Oh, good.
What did I have before then?
Long-term madness. So this is actually an upgrade for you.
At an 81 to 90, the character is stunned. A stunned creature is incapacitated, can't move, and can speak only falteringly. Creature automatically fails strength and dex saves, and attack rolls against the creature have advantage.
So I'm standing here in a...
And this lasts for, roll me a d10.
Okay.
6 minutes.
Okay.
I will let you make another wisdom save to try to snap out of it
Well, really?
early.
Okay.
If you step out of it, it's the shortest short-term madness.
Wait, right now?
Sure, on your turn.
Okay.
Not good enough,
Okay.
unfortunately.
I am agape and start muttering under my breath about the flowers in the wind.
Oh dear. Balgar sees this and knows what he must do.
Put me out of my misery.
Yep, exactly.
Hep hep.
Okay, well, Hep Hep moved to keep with Majestic,
Mm.
but he did ask for a chain, and I live to serve. I will look for a chain,
Okay.
or something that could be a chain, like a piece of, I don't know. I don't know what he needs a chain for, but I'm hoping maybe rope would do, because that's probably more common. Is
Yeah.
there anything?
Some of us have rope.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing. Do I see anything in my meat like this druid here that's right underneath this giant evil tree, and now
I
it's
have
covered
rope.
in evil blood? Could he have a rope? Because that's where I'm
Make-
moving next turn.
Make an
I have rope.
investigation roll.
I think I have rope too.
Okay. Yeah, you find rope on the druid. Or you see
Okay.
rope on the druid once you're able to move up to him.
Yes. Since I've already moved, I will be
Okay.
moving there next turn. I hear that other people have rope, but this is the first rope I see, so I'm going for this blood-covered druid rope.
Okay. The tree blight.
Oh wait, I failed my wisdom save as well. I assume. Wait, what was the wisdom
Where-
DC?
10.
So I just barely made it?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, go ahead.
The tree blight on its turn looks north, and from perch to top, where you are on Yester Hill, you can see the off in the distance, the village of Kresik, and the tree blight makes a growling, groaning sound, almost as if it's trying to say something. And it opens its mouth and spills more blood everywhere onto the ground. And begins lumbering north.
Attack of opportunity?
Sure. And on the way, it's going to attack Majestic and Hep Hep.
No!
Like hell.
Why
Okay,
isn't it
that's a
my
hit.
turn? Damn it.
Alright, so that will be D20.
Doesn't something special happen when you attack Hep Hep?
Indeed.
Yeah.
I forget what exactly it was, but I remember it being fun.
So it will do
Worship
Oh,
on a failed
Please.
charisma save.
Please worship.
2 attacks against Majestic.
Ooh, I get a thing. Okay, you guys, for serious. This has never happened.
Oh my. Infernal Legacy?
I get to use Hellish Rebuke on him.
just a bit of
Whoa.
text there.
Oh my gosh. I'm not reading that.
Oh, it's a bunch of spells together.
Yeah,
Oh,
skip to
okay.
the third.
Whoa.
Hellish Rebuke, nice. That's a fun one. It is a
Okay.
warlock spell. How do you have that? Oh, because you're tiefling.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh,
Okay, cool.
Oh.
well. This thing has been known to make very good dex saves. Or take 3... Okay, yeah. Roll damage.
3d10 fire.
That's a lot of damage, potentially.
Potentially.
For
Ah.
free, it's a lot of damage.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So you point at this thing. Do you say anything really cool when you point at it and cause hellfire to sprout around it?
Let me check.
I feel like he just says, bitch.
Yeah, it's one of my racial traits. I haven't written anything for those, so it'll just have to be.
Or if
This
we're
is
gonna,
a warning shot.
if it were gonna be like truly urban culture, you just gotta be like, you gay. And that's apparently the worst insult you can say to a person.
No. It hits you, and then you say, "No, you."
Yes.
The real question is, does this take in which you take in response to being damaged? Okay, so it rolls damage and then you do the response. Got it.
Yes.
Ooh, good one.
So 3d6 plus 6. Twice.
Wait, D6? I thought it was D10.
No, this is for the Tree Blight's attacks against Majestic.
Oh,
Mine's a
gotcha.
D10.
That's bad.
That's a bit of a damage there.
I get both of those, right?
Yes, you do.
Hmm.
And then, as these hellish fires come up around it, the whole thing bursts into flames, and
Oh, good.
giant chunks of its body begin falling off and splattering blood everywhere. And as it finally collapses to the ground, its mouth moves, and you can just barely see the mouth move in a way that says, "Praise the nil dog. All right. And that is that combat.
I assume
And then Apollo.
I assume the other tree things burned to death.
Yes, minus the one, which I assume you will all eventually take out. But while it's invisible, you all just occasionally feel air move past you as it tries to attack you and miss.
Very nice.
Okay, I want to grab that stick.
Oh, the staff?
Yeah.
As you do so, the staff screams bloody murder. And in fact, it begins bleeding like the giant tree blight did.
I want to break it in half. Over my
First,
knee.
make a wisdom save.
Can do, boss man. Okay, it's this one.
All right, you're able to resist the horrifying psychic scream of the staff.
Yes, yes.
And the effect of having all of this blood just instantly cover your hand.
Okay.
So, you want to break it. How would you like to break it?
Over my knee.
Make a strength roll.
Alrighty. If.
Let's see. All right. It snaps in half.
Does it scream again?
It does, indeed. And in addition to that, the giant tree over here, Winter Splinter, screams and screams and screams and continues to scream.
I was wondering when we were gonna get around to that.
Oops. My bad.
Well, no,
Sorry,
I still think that this Winter Splinter tree needs to have a good talking to.
Yeah, sorry.
So I'll walk up to it and I'll say, "Hey, stop that."
It screams at you.
I scream back. Hang on. I have a roll for this. I scream back in a cone of fire.
Okay.
Ooh, yeah.
And
yeah, it looks like Glortalk at the exact same moment cast Guiding Bolt.
Wait, as these guys are doing that, I am preparing a minor illusion of a giant sun with a baby face laughing. Like Teletubbies. Because I have that cantrip. I forgot about it.
You have the Teletubbies cantrip?
I have minor illusion cantrip, which currently is bringing the sun. Da 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 da.
Here comes
so the
sun
fire
and
damage and the radiant damage combine into a very deadly effect for this tree, and the screaming rises in pitch and volume to the point that everyone needs to make Constitution saving throws.
Question: do I need
Yes.
to make a Constitution saving throw?
You're kind of blissfully unaware.
Okay, that's what I figured might be the case.
Okay.
Wait, we have to make Constitution saving throws?
Correct.
Wait,
All of us?
All of us?
Everyone.
Ooh, okay. Luckily, that's one I'm proficient with.
Oh, I was about to say not
Nice.
I, but holy cow. I'm totally fine.
All right. So, Majestic. Oh,
I'm just gonna throw myself something. There, now I rolled a 6.
all right.
Wait, can you
Majestic.
do that as a reaction?
Bonus action.
Well, we're technically out of combat.
It's true.
Sure, sure.
Yeah, I'll allow it. I mean, it's just a 6.
It's not gonna do me shit.
Majestic takes 4 psychic damage. Everyone else takes 2 psychic damage.
What? I passed with a crit.
Did this tree just attack Hep Hep?
Yes.
Aha!
The tree can't talk. This is why Nilbog shouldn't be players.
It's true.
I have that it has to make a charisma saving throw.
Okay, but to be fair, Crash rarely puts Hep Hep in a position where he's actually.
It's
gonna
true.
get hit by
Mhm.
anything.
I try
So,
not
like,
to break my character too much.
Crash is playing the Nilbog as best as you can play a Nilbog as a player.
Okay. What else would people like to do to this tree while it's screaming?
I still saw that rope, and I know that that druid is underneath this giant tree person with a bunch of blood.
Yes.
I would like to wade through that and try to get this rope.
Okay.
I want that damn rope for stupid reasons.
I'm super curious what these stupid reasons are.
Well, you're gonna have to make another investigate check to find it in this giant, underneath this giant thing.
Nope.
Well, you don't find the rope, but you find a glowing purple gemstone in the center of the tree blight.
Ooh. Okay. That seems good.
That's probably one of the gemstones we need.
I will go back to Majestic and say, I could not find the chain that you asked for, but I found this instead. It looks like it might be helpful, yes?
Oh, baby, that's. Also, I'm dying.
Oh, okay.
Oh no. The closest person I could run to is Zell. Isn't Zell insane?
Zell's kind of staring at
Just
space.
teetering,
Mhm.
drooling
Okay.
a little bit.
Well, I will be going to ask Zell about helping out Majestic because Majestic is dying. If anyone else has anything that they're doing, feel free. But that is what I'm going to
my
do.
mission is still to get this tree to shut up by whatever means necessary. Is it an undead tree by any chance?
Ooh, and that's actually a really good question. To my knowledge, no.
Okay.
I will be extra sure.
Otherwise, I was gonna hit it with my new Mace of Disruption.
Okay. If you would like, people can make nature checks.
Nope. Nope. That's a 1.
Okay. With a 15 or higher, you are able to deduce that the only way to really kill this tree is to uproot it entirely.
Hep
That sounds
Hep,
like a lot of work.
Hep deduced that?
Yes.
How?
It's just a weed.
Oh, okay.
All right, I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna stumble over. I'm gonna-
How would we go about doing that?
Oh, just watch your pansy.
Okay, I'm just gonna watch. Also, you look very hurt.
You can
I
also
still
do an
invisible?
Arcana check if you would like to try to deduce a different way to do that.
Are you still invisible? I don't know.
Uproot yourself, you filthy McNasty.
Yeah, maybe that was it. Just ask it.
Unfortunately, the tree is not affected by charm spells.
Boss, am I still invisible?
How long does that invisibility last, Sparty?
A minute.
Or is it until I attack?
We'll
A
say you
minute
just came
or
Yeah,
back
attacker
to
cast
visibility.
spell brings it back.
Okay, so I am
Yeah.
visible.
Even though it'd be really funny for you to be stuck invisible for a whole minute.
Alright, well, I'm gonna go do this.
Would he have even known he was invisible?
Bummer.
I still appreciate you, man.
did we have anybody that made Arcana checks to see?
8, 13. Who else would like to do Arcana?
Oh, hang on. Sorry, I got distracted.
Glortalk 20. Okay. With a 20, you think if you were to cast a, or like if you were to make hallowed ground around this tree, it would kill the tree.
What if I teleported it into holy blood? Sorry, inside joke. Does anybody here know how to make hallowed ground?
I think I do the other one.
The paladin might, the cleric might.
The paladin starts babbling and waving at everybody around and saying, "Hello, hello,
Oh, hello, Mr. Zell.
hello."
I'll come up and I'll shake you by the shoulders and say, "Snap out of it, man!"
Make a wisdom save, Gizmo.
Wisdom save, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, hello.
I think we're probably coming up on 6 minutes post combat anyway, so it'll be fine.
Like I was saying before, if we can get 100-foot long chain, then we could have this thing taken care of in an hour or two. Or alternatively, we could just leave. I think we have everything we came here for.
I have a crowbar.
I think
might
you're
help.
trying to be funny, but that would also.
Does it, like, how long, with the tools that we have, a crowbar, a glaive, swords, whatever, how long does it look like it might take us to uproot a tree?
Oh, a very, very long time.
Okay, I assumed.
Like, months.
Okay, then no, not going to do that. I'll say, or actually, I don't think I have any knowledge of Hep finding that stone, do I? Because Hep just like handed it over to Majestic, right?
Correct.
Majestic.
I got the stone.
Okay. I believe then our conquest down here was a success. We should probably return to the vineyard with this stone.
We should hire a crew of sappers to help take out this tree.
I
Or
concur.
we should tell someone else to hire a crew of sappers to take down this.
Delegation at its finest.
We sure aren't making a whole lot of money out here.
No, but think of all the money we're saving on that free wine.
True. I'm ready to turn around though and head back if we are confident we've cleared out this section.
Gizmo, you can go back to normal. You shake off your short-term madness.
I was hoping I'd get to walk Zell
Okay,
Like
I
hand in
literally
hand
shake
back
it
to the
off.
wagon.
I literally shake it off like convulsions, starting at my fingertips and kind of working through the rest of my body. Oh, that was weird.
Your conversation with Hip Hip was weird. Did I do something wrong? I thought we were just saying hello to each other.
And why would I say hello to you, little
Oh.
Nullbog?
Oh boy.
Oh, I'm sorry. I
We've
did not...
already met.
Oh, that's what you meant. Okay. But I honestly wasn't sure. But you were very friendly, so it was very nice. A very nice time. But I believe we're going back to back to the vineyard now. Yes.
Yes.
All right. You're over here now.
On our way back, I will say, let's, before we hand over this stone, let's do our best to identify where the final stone might be. Right, because they had 3. We just got 1.
Mm-hmm.
They said that there was one. Where? They talked about another one.
He mentioned he saw them taking one to Yesterhill.
Oh, that's the only one he was talking. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we still have 2 more that we need to find.
Maybe 2 in the house then, in the farmhouse.
It's entirely possible.
According to the old dude, there's still a bunch of druids in the house. So
Right. I mean, we're definitely going to clear out the house. That's a given, I think. But I'm hesitant to hand the stones off piecemeal to him. I don't know why. It's just a gut feeling.
I mean, if we pass him on the way into the house to kill more druids, why not hand it to him? It's his.
But is it safest with him?
Exactly.
It's probably safest with us, it's true.
Are you serious?
We should
We've
probably
all-
keep the stones.
There's been more
I
than
don't
one
trust
person
us.
that can shapeshift into somebody else, so giving anyone anything that is rightfully theirs without complete verification is suspect.
That's a real good point. Okay, fine. So maybe we should sneak into the house. From, like this direction.
Do we need to heal up? Can we wake up Azariah to heal us or something?
Would you like to take a short rest?
Yeah, we could do that too.
Yes.
How many hit die does a short rest recover?
So you have you're level 5 or level 6?
6.
6.
Yeah, so you have a total of 6 hit dice, and you can expend however many you want for a short rest, and you get half of them back after a long rest.
Hang on.
Well, I only want to spend 1, so I'll roll it right now.
You can spend as many as you want, and then after a long rest, you only get.
So
half
if
back?
you were to use 6, and after a long rest you would recover 3.
Okay.
So after 2 days.
So I only use
yeah,
1.
I
I'll
see.
be back at full next time I do a long rest.
Yes.
Okay, so I was at 52. So to get back up to full, I guess I'll do 2.
So how does it round if I were to use 3? I mean, would it take 3 days to get back
I
to...
would say 2 days.
Okay.
I normally just round down.
I would like to use 3.
Okay.
Too much.
Oh boy.
Ouch.
You can't choose to spend more automatically, can you? Do you have to like declare how many you're going to spend?
Not to my knowledge.
Oh,
So I could just like keep using them until I got up to full?
I suppose.
you actually roll your hit die, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Yes.
mine is not a d6.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't realize that when I said 3. Could I roll 2 of my actual hit dice?
Please do.
Okay.
We also add our con modifier, right?
Oh, mine might actually be a D8 too. Do I
Oh,
need to
do you
reroll my
do you add your
1d6?
con modifier?
Let me look up the short rest rules real fast.
Yeah, you do.
Short rest is at least 1 hour long, during which a character does nothing more strenuous than eating, drinking, reading, and tending to wounds. Spend 1 or more hit dice at the end of short rest up to the character's maximum number of hit dice. Player rolls the die and adds a con modifier to it.
Oh, okay. I'm going to use 1 then.
So wait, is it con modifier per die?
Yes.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
well, I
bet
could
I
have.
forgot all about that.
Oh man,
Big
So let's
difference.
re-roll if we would
huge
like.
difference.
Do I need to reroll my 1d6? I only had 2 damage.
Yeah, I
so-
only had 2 damage. I'm not re-rolling. There's no
Yeah.
sense.
Well,
If you would like to re-roll with that knowledge, please do.
My con
Okay.
bonus is
Okay,
2,
thank you
so-
for phrasing it that way. I appreciate it.
All right. So as you move your carts back towards the winery, you see smoke coming from that direction. And as you reach this edge of the woods here, you see dead tree blights, or not tree blights, the little smaller ones, the twig blights,
Twiglets. Who-
scattered all across the yard, dead.
These are the same
moving.
ones that we would have seen as we came in.
Yes.
Okay, so they were all attached to the larger tree.
And then towards the house, you can see a pile of bodies lumped beside it that are burning. And beside those is a large carriage, very fancy looking black carriage, which is being pulled by 4 nightmares.
Oh jeez.
Oh,
Oh,
good.
this is
Fun.
Strahd, isn't it?
And standing next to those is the old man that you saw before, and beside him, an elf.
Oh?
and besides the elf?
Hey,
No,
how
no,
real
nobody
does
else.
this elf look?
Say that again.
How real does the elf look?
He
Like-
looks like he's
Really?
real. He looks like this.
Hey, buddy.
Elrond?
But I was- hey,
Younger Elrond, yeah. Well, not about the same age. The bodies. Can I make out anything about the bodies that are burning? Like, who they might have once been?
These look like they heavily resemble the druids you fought before at Yester Hill.
Do they see us yet?
Would probably see your carriage or your carts coming down the path.
Okay, it's like a simultaneous identification. I don't know what to do.
Detect evil.
There you go. That's a thing to do.
I mean, nightmares, so
Right.
I'm guessing the answer is probably
So you don't sense any evil coming from the old man.
that's
You
good.
detect lots of evil coming from the elf and the nightmares.
Hmm.
Oh
Okay.
shit, let's kill him.
Oh my gosh.
I assume I was not told that. to be.
Not yet.
Right, but also this is the point in the story where you meet the character that's like way higher level than you, and you're supposed to not engage.
Trust me, every single time I go into the fray the way I do, I expect my character to die.
Okay.
Like, I'm actually like, and I don't want him to die because I really quite like this character quite a bit. But
that's
every time I do
playing him
something like that,
accurately.
I expect him to die because
I
that's
see.
what he would do.
Okay, well, I mean,
I'm
your
sorry, I have
character could probably extrapolate that anybody that's being pulled in a carriage by 4 nightmares
Probably.
would be evil. I'm gonna say that's not a far-fetched conclusion.
Are there any bards among them?
No
Oh my
parts.
God. What?
I just, if there's another bard, I have to challenge that.
No.
Hmm.
Just an angry-looking elf and 4 nightmares. In a very fancy carriage.
Can we tell what they're talking about yet? Are we close enough for that?
Yeah, if you would like to approach, they'll both turn to look at you and wait for you to get within speaking distance.
Are we really gonna approach him?
I am not going to approach him.
Okay.
Oh no, I'm not approaching.
I'm assuming that there are shadows in the trees above
Sure.
them, and I can teleport 60 feet in shadows. So, I would like to shadow step
All right.
and listen in.
Okay. What level do you get that anyway? Just out of curiosity.
6.
Okay. All right. So, so you want to just get somewhere nearby just to listen in?
Yeah, I just want to. I'm not planning on attacking. I just want to. I don't want to be so close that like they can see me, but I also want to be close enough to be able to hear what might be being talked about. Like maybe 20 feet away from them.
All right. You hear the elf speaking, saying, "And here come the master's guests now. We want to make sure we have the finest wines to take back, because the master wants his guests to have the best possible refreshments available for their talk." And the old man has a look of distaste on his face, but bobs his head and goes to the winery, presumably to retrieve the finest wine. And the elf will turn to the group and call out, "Please, come closer. And for the ones skulking in the shadows, no need for that."
I hop off the tree branch that I was perched on, and I'm like, okay, it's all right.
And Felge, since you're the closest one to him, you actually hear, almost coming from his direction, it kind of sounds like a bunch of distant voices, like the ah sound. Like a bunch of voices shouting.
Can I roll something to identify anything?
Sure. Do perception.
Like, I feel like it's weird, is what I'm saying.
Oh, it's very strange.
Yeah, so I want to, like... Oh, that's bad.
Yeah, you're not
Very
able to
well.
make out much more than just there's some sort of a sound of like distant people yelling.
Okay, alright. I'm gonna shout at the top of my lungs, "Somebody's yelling for help!"
Do I hear it?
Hear Felge?
No, do I hear the voices?
It depends on how close up you want to get to him.
Not terribly.
And then no, you won't hear it.
Okay. I'll just kind of like look around and I'll say
And as you look around, you see me like spinning, like trying to locate the direction it's coming from, and
I
being
see.
unable to.
I thought we were far enough away from the winter splint.
I mean, I'll kind of just chalk it up personally to there being some type of unknown magic afoot, but there's not actually a pressing danger. Otherwise, I would, I think, be aware of it and hear it. But I'll just think to myself, okay, some type of enchantment has befallen Sokol, that he's now hearing things.
What about the rest of you? Do you approach?
I approach.
I suppose I'll approach.
Yes.
I will
with the others.
approach.
All right.
I'm
And
still spinning around, but I'm also ready for whatever goes down.
as you
That's a nice
all
rhyme, but
draw closer, you all begin to hear the ah kind of sound coming from him. And if you were to say stand within 10 feet of him, the sound of distant screams becomes very apparent. Thousands of voices screaming coming from him.
That's really interesting.
Did you detect
Alright.
evil on him? Can I punch him yet?
all right.
Does-
I'm cool. I'm gonna let you finish, man. But could you turn down the fireworks? The heat of fireworks. It's getting inside my mojo and it's turning me right off.
He completely ignores your question and says, "My master has invited you all for dinner. It would have been wiser to have accepted his invitation earlier. I have been sent to retrieve you."
Thanks. But we should really get the wine from the cellar.
He raises an eyebrow and says, "The old man is doing that for us.
Why
Please,
would
do
you
not
send
exert
an old
yourself."
man to do that, you heathen bastard?
What?
His lip twitches upward in a just the briefest of smiles, and he coughs. "Yes, you're right. Forgive my poor manners. I haven't even introduced myself." He gives a formal bow, but the look on his face suggests that he's being just completely condescending to you. And he says, "I am Rahadin, Chamberlain to our Lord Count Strahd von Zarovich."
I don't give a shit who you are. Why'd you send an old man to do something that you could do freaking faster, you bastard? I'm gonna go help him. And I start walking towards the house.
The elf watches you leave and turns to the rest of the group and says, "Please, the carriage is waiting." And he opens one of the carriage doors and gestures inside. And it definitely looks like it would be plenty of room for all of you.
I spit at his feet.
Is it a how do you say? Is it a pimped out carrot?
Yes, it is.
Next question. If I get inside, or when I get inside, do the screaming like die?
As you get inside and slide away from him, yes, the screams do go away.
Okay, well, I did we already offload the gem?
You have not.
No.
Should we do that now before we go?
I don't think so. I think we should hold on to it until we have all three. And yeah. Personal
Okay.
opinion.
I'll just wear it.
Okay. So Majestic has got inside. Who else would like to go in? Or other. Option other.
Do I
I'm-
also get to ride in the carriage?
Yes, of course you do. The master has definitely included you in the invitation.
Ooh, I've rarely been included in something like this, and I'll get in with Majestic.
Oh boy. Yeah, I was hoping that we would all tend towards option C. But two of our party members have already gotten in.
Already, yep.
I'll look to Zell and say, how do you feel about following behind in our own carriage?
Well, I'm definitely not climbing inside of the carriage. However, I am examining the carriage to see if there is a way I could sit maybe just outside but still ride on it.
There is a storage compartment in the back where
Okay.
presumably the wine will be loaded in.
Okay. So I could maybe sit on top of that, but there's no way I'm climbing inside of the carriage.
Yeah, we have varying levels of distaste for evil going on here. Like in the cart, outside the cart, but still on the cart. And then me, who's like, no, different cart.
Well, I'm concerned that this cart with 4 nightmares is going to be a lot faster than our cart.
Oh, that's
So you'll
probably
be left
true.
behind. That's my main concern there. Otherwise, yeah, totally. But
How many horses does our cart have?
2.
2? Mm.
oh,
that's
so
right.
we have
Yeah.
2 carts. So we have 4
Yeah, you have
horses. We can
1
just-
horse per cart.
We can make this work.
Yeah.
The old man will, with Felge's help, be carrying out a nice barrel of wine
While
for your group.
Ooh.
while we're alone,
Yeah.
and we went to the cellar.
Yes.
Did I see druids?
You saw smears of blood where druids used to be.
Oh goodness! I asked him, did he get his stones back?
He bobs his head and says, Yes, the druids were hiding one in the cellar. We were able to get that one back. Were
How
you
many
able to
do you-
find one at Yesterhill?
How many do you need to run your farm?
Well, even one would be a godsend at this point.
Well, you
But-
got that.
Yes.
Well, sorry, I'm
Okay.
not there.
We
Actually, I guess I am there.
may have retrieved one. I'm not the one who's holding it. Hopefully, the other one that is not as bad of a person. But
Wow.
He says, Well, that's wonderful news. Having 2, we won't be back where we were, but it'll definitely save us from, well, being completely alcohol-free.
right, right. That's what I was saying. As a liquor liberation
Yes,
front
oh.
member,
Yes.
I am wholeheartedly in agreement with this, and so I will do my best to get you that second stone, which hopefully will improve production for the whole of Bavaria. But at the moment, who the fuck is that guy? Is he bad? Should I kill him?
The old man says, That is Strahd's chamberlain, his right-hand man, has served in the Zarovich family for hundreds of years.
Hundreds of years. Should I kill him?
If you were to somehow manage to kill him, I can only assume that would bring the wrath of Strahd upon you.
That might be a bad thing.
Then again, I can't imagine Strahd. It could be that Strahd doesn't care about his underlings, and it's only the devotion to the von Zarovich family that keeps this Rahadin fellow going.
Have you ever thought of adding garlic to the wine?
What the?
The old man just completely stops and looks at you. Are you insane?
Maybe a little bit, but
And ruin? No, absolutely not.
no, you misunderstand. For one sip, maybe it'll weaken Strahd. Wait, I don't know he's a vampire yet. Sorry, my bad. I think it's
you do know Strahd's a vampire.
Oh, thank God. Okay, so
the old man looks at you and says, "Garlic cannot stop Strahd von Zarovich."
God damn it! What about that bastard dude that in the fucking thing with the horses?
He shakes his head and says, "You might be able to make him not like your breath, but aside from that..."
Good enough. Give me the garlic you got.
Okay, he will, when you come outside to load the wine into the back of the carriage, he will go back into the winery and return with several cloves of garlic.
Which I will hide on my person using sleight of hand.
Say that again?
I'm going to hide them on my person.
Okay.
For later use.
Sure.
I'm going to overwhelm his senses.
It's like a smoke bomb, but with, or like tear gas, but with garlic.
Like, basically what I'm going to do is when I do flurry of blows on him, I'm going to be holding garlic cloves in each hand. So it's
a flurry of cloves?
Radiates. It's a flurry of garlic cloves, which will overwhelm his sinuses and send him into a coma.
Okay. Rahadin will look at you when you've returned and says, "Are you all ready?"
Yeah, whatever, dude.
If I'm confident I can keep up in my cart, or the separate cart, I will nod.
Rahadin looks at your horses and then back to the nightmares, and will raise an eyebrow.
Oh my God, dude! Just make them walk. Oh my God.
And he'll say,
yes, they're better than the horses. Who the
"You
fuck cares?
will not be able to keep up."
Then make them walk.
Do you not have control over your mares?
He says, "Speed is of the essence right now."
First of all, we're the guests. You should be respectful.
He looks at you and says, "The fact you are still breathing is my respect for you."
Do you believe that your master would want us to arrive dead? If not, you can wait as long as we like.
Good work, Belphegor.
That's not my name.
Rahadin sighs.
I like your name better the way I said it.
Balthazar? Okay. You can keep calling me that if you want.
What were we saying, boss?
Rahadin sighs with exasperation as the screams are coming from him grow louder and louder.
I climb up into my cart and raise my eyebrow back at him.
Party split.
He will walk up to your horses and pull out a scimitar.
Oh, come on.
No.
And he says, "I insist."
I'll look to the old man. Can you take care of these beasts?
The old man nods his head frantically.
I'll dismount and get into the area with Zell.
Rahadin says, "There.
I've
You
never
will find
felt
this a much faster and more pleasant experience."
I have never felt more powerless in my life than I do in this
I have
moment.
A question. Is it possible to roll something to know like how dangerous something is?
In this case, maybe I don't know if perception would be the right thing. Maybe investigation.
Well, that's not much better than perception.
Not really.
Yeah, Joe.
Okay, because like you know how like how like in real life or in stories, you like get a sense that someone might be actually dangerous.
Right. Like a roll to
Like-
see what his challenge rating is.
I'm not saying that exactly.
No,
What
I
mean is,
know,
like,
I know.
Like how much stronger is he than I am? Because like a lot of times you can sense that.
Maybe based on the quality of his armor or something like that.
Yeah.
Like how many rings he has on, that sort of thing.
Like, yeah, things that look magical, maybe, or like
It looks like he's probably wealthy.
muscles.
Well, he's got a very nice kind of butler's outfit on, and you do see rings on his fingers, but you have no way of knowing if they're magical or not.
Like, do I see anything that may indicate concealed weapons?
Well,
He wears
just
his
pulled a
scimitar very openly.
He wears his scimitar very openly. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. My name
How
is.
close am I to him?
Stop.
We'll say within 10, 15 feet.
I'm gonna start walking towards him, and as soon as he reaches for his scimitar, that's when I'm gonna stop. But I'm gonna try to disarm him of his scimitar with sleight of hand.
This is gonna go well.
Oh boy.
Huh.
He's already caught you out on one of your stealth rolls.
It was a very bad stealth roll, but
Sure.
he did.
But
Elge is gonna die.
that's okay.
Okay. Well, as you
he's playing his
approach,
character.
Yes, kudos to that. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
not knocking.
as you approach with blinding speed, a dart leaves Rahadin's hand and strikes you squarely in the neck,
Ooh.
Okay, I'm sorry. Like, you should say that.
and you immediately fall asleep.
I like to imagine I said, "Okay, I'm sorry," as I was falling down, falling asleep.
Rahadin will very easily pick up your body and place you inside of the carriage.
Like to be honest, that's like the best case scenario. So like, like even when Sokol wakes up, he's gonna be like, "Oh, I'm alive." Like, it's
Oh, I'm alive. Win.
actually not suicidal. Like to be honest, he's not suicidal, but he's kind of okay with like risking his life nonstop. Oh, he's gonna die. It's gonna be so sad. But like, it's gonna be great.
I
Okay.
will enter the carriage finally.
So is everyone in the carriage, on the back of the carriage?
Yes.
Is anyone
Yep.
unaccounted for?
Don't think so.
Okay.
Where would I think Azariah would be in the back with us.
Sure. Okay.
St-
What were you saying, Crash?
I'm hoping that Azariah is still sleeping.
Quite possibly.
Throw him unconscious on the back of the cart.
Yeah.
Rahadin will climb up to the front and take up the reins. The nightmares will lunge forward. And as you pick up speed, you feel like your carriage is going way too fast, almost like if it's bouncing around. Feels like you're out of control. When a shimmering gateway appears before you, and you run straight through. And the next thing you know, you are suddenly in front of Castle Ravenloft's gates.
Yeah, our cart would have had trouble keeping up.
No,
Woken
no.
up
So
yet?
I would have been fine with that. I would have been fine taking the like 12 hours or whatever and just making Strahd wait.
Wait a
Or
minute,
do it
which
without me, I don't
carriage was
care.
that
Say it again, Felge.
Which carriage was I in?
No, there's only one carriage.
Oh, we're all going with the nightmares.
Yeah,
Yes.
there was. Yeah, he
Oh,
threatened
good
our
call.
horses with the blade that he
Am I
pulled.
awake yet?
No.
That's cool. I'm good.
One moment, let me give you a image of Castle Ravenloft.
This music is awesome.
P.S.
I'm glad
Don't
you
wake
think
me
so.
up unless you want me to punch something.
Whoa, the ravens have glowing eyes here.
Also, by the way, I will not punch anything if it looks overwhelmingly bad, because I'm also somewhat self-protective.
Mm-hmm.
I
No,
briefly
these-
thought the topmost raven had a weird red mohawk, and I actually
No, these are Strahd's eyes, I think, which we have identified in the past.
Okay.
Or at least one of the ways that Strahd monitors the goings-on in Barovia.
Let me move your characters here.
Dude, I'd live there. That's so cool. What do you guys... No, stop adding crap to the bot. No.
Well, we'll have music for the next 3 hours or something.
Also, Nate thinks that he can just, like, insert something and then delete it, and then we won't know. But he's wrong.
Hey, don't
It's
you hate
worked in
on
the
Techno
past.
Chicken?
Oops. Okay. Right. Let me reveal area, and then I'll move you to the courtyard. Look on the far left side of this map. And now, descriptions. Your favorite. Thick, cold fog swirls in the courtyard. Sporadic flashes of lightning lance the weeping clouds overhead as thunder shakes the ground. Through the drizzle, you see torch flames fluttering on each side of the keep's open main doors. Warm light spills out of the entrance, flooding the courtyard. High above the entrance is a round window with shards of broken glass lodged in its iron frame. And from within the open doors of Castle Ravenloft, you hear the sound of an organ playing.
This particular song, maybe?
Yeah,
On an organ?
quite possibly, yeah.
It's more of an accordion.
Yeah. But I love imagining an organ playing this.
And Rahadin will
Great.
pick up the barrel with ease out of the back of the cart and lead you through the main entryway. Okay. The ornate outer doors of the castle hang open, flanked by fluttering torches and iron sconces. 20 feet inside the castle is another set of doors. It's a little more than 20 feet scaled, but
Just so long as they're not relieving us of our weapons, I will follow.
Yeah, I'll go. I mean, if I can walk, I will.
yes, yeah, we'll wake everybody up.
I'm not hostile. Like, I understood the dart. No problem. I get it.
All right, and I'm just gonna grab token Rahadin. There, he's gonna be all squished. He will lead you into the great entry. Cobwebs stretch between the columns that support the vaulted ceiling of a great dusty hall, dimly lit by sputtering torches and iron sconces. Torches cast odd shadows across the faces of 8 stone gargoyles squatting motionlessly on the rim of the domed ceiling. Cracked and faded ceiling frescoes are covered by decay. Double doors of bronze stand closed to the east, over here. To the north, a wide staircase climbs into darkness. The lit hallway to the south contains another set of bronze doors, through which you hear sad and majestic organ tones. Rahadin will look back towards all of you and say, please follow me. It'd be extremely unwise to, well, wander off.
All right, dude. Whatever, dude. Your darts are excellent, by the way.
He will continue leading you
He
this way.
didn't even reply.
He doesn't.
I hate him. I was complimenting his skills. He's got good darts.
So the music is coming from behind those doors.
Yes.
Mm.
Torchlight flutters against the walls of this vaulted hall. To the east, an arched hallway stretches for 20 feet.
Okay,
This
for
way.
trueness, I did run way ahead of him to
Okay.
stand in front of these doors.
As we're walking, I'll look over to Zell and say, "They're always so dramatic." And I'll just looking around, taking it all in.
Yes, yes. Evil tends to have a flair to it.
Hmm.
Okay. Yes, so to the east you see a spiral staircase leading down. And what else? A suit of armor, oiled and glistening, stands at attention in a shallow alcove. To the west, large double doors hang slightly open and a steady light escapes through the opening. Swells of organ music come from behind the doors, spilling their melody of power and defeat into the hall. And Rahadin will open the doors.
And I will stride past him.
Oops, that needs that.
Oh, okay.
The dining hall.
That's what it is. I see, I see.
Enormous crystal chandeliers brilliantly illuminate this magnificent chamber. Pillars of stone stand against dull white marble walls supporting the ceiling. In the center of the room, a long, heavy table is covered with a fine white satin cloth. The table is laden with many delectable foods. Roasted beast, is it basted or basted?
Basted.
Basted.
In a savory sauce, roots and herbs of every taste, and sweet fruits and vegetables. Places are set for each of you with fine, delicate china and silver. At each place is a crystal goblet filled with an amber liquid with a delicate, tantalizing fragrance. At the center of the far west wall, between floor-to-ceiling mirrors, stands a massive organ. Its pipes blare out a thunderous melody that speaks in its tone of greatness and despair. Seated at the organ, facing away from you, a single caped figure pounds the keys in raptured ecstasy. The figure suddenly stops as a deep silence falls over the dining hall. It slowly turns to you.
But it was so beautiful!
Good evening.
Good evening, Count von
Good evening.
Strahd, and I will give a very, very slight, but clearly I'm not trying to totally offend bow.
And Strahd will gesture to the seats and say, please, dine with me this evening. You must be hungry.
I will go to the seat that has the food that looks like I want to eat the most.
Are there chairs on either end of the table, or just
Yes.
on the long side? Like, hang on, maybe I'm describing this wrong. Is there a chair here and a chair here?
Oh, no.
Okay. I didn't think so. I mean, because obviously it's not in the picture, but
Mhm.
I didn't know if that was accurate. I also, at the time that I was thinking that, Strahd hadn't sat, so I didn't know if he was going to end up. Because I kind of want to get as
they'll
far
pick a
away
chair
from
right there.
Strahd as possible, but he's making that difficult by sitting in the middle of the table.
On the far end of the table, you recognize the priest Donovich, dead, with many bite marks on his neck. If You remember Donovich was the priest you met in the village of Barovia, whose son was a vampire spawn?
Of course.
And he looks over at the body and says, "Forgive me. Escher often forgets to clean up after himself." And Rahadin will set down the barrel of wine and proceed to dispose of Priest Donovich's body.
A little bit of smoke curls out from Balgar's clenched jaw.
All right. And the food, if you were you can smell it, smells absolutely delicious. Like, this is probably the best cooked meal you've ever seen.
Not going to eat any of that.
Oh yeah, no, me either. Not in a million years. Even if it's purified, not gonna eat it.
Wait a minute. Let me zoom in here to see if I'm anywhere near floor top.
You're sitting.
He's sitting right next to him.
Okay, sorry. I was pretty far zoomed out, so I couldn't actually tell who the other characters were. I know who I am because I'm a cartoon. So anyway, my point is, if I see him doing purified food and drink, I'm going for it. I trust this dude.
But why?
Is that insight check for see if he's tricking you, Mr. Mo?
The idea is that I want to deduce whether any good would come from either poisoning the food or enchanting the meal of some kind. I'm just trying to see what he would gain by subterfuge in this situation.
Okay. The Rahadin's gonna
actually, before you answer,
go this way.
I also am interested in that.
Okay. Well, you're not really able to determine his motives, I guess, would be the best way to put it. I mean, you've just encountered him for the first time in person like this. He doesn't appear to be trying to deceive you or anything.
That's fair.
He looks at you, Glortalk, and says, "I understand your reservations, but this food is not poisoned or diseased. There's no need for that. Please,
you will forgive
eat."
us. You will forgive us, generous host, but we have only survived for as long as we have by being rather particular. Among other things.
He looks at all of you in turn and seems to be taking your measure one by one. And his eyes will... One moment. Did I not put you on the map, Balgar?
Oh, I was sitting
there.
where
Okay.
where Folin was, but then
Okay.
Folin sat on top of me. I was sitting as far away from him as possible. Thank you, Folin.
You Dragonborn have strange customs.
Totally moved him right as I moved there then, because there was no one when I put him in that chair.
Interesting. I could say the same about vampires.
He actually looks right at you, Balgar, and says, most impressive so far. It's not often one gets sent away and manages to come back as you did.
I do not respond. That was enough conversation for me for like the entire night.
He looks at you, Glortok, and says, "Indeed, most impressive."
I should think so.
And he looks at Zell, and once again will say, "Very impressive." And then he looks at you, Felge, and says, "Such potential. Disappointing."
And I will say, thank you. I think so too.
I see the strength of a pure warrior in you,
Right?
but
Ugh.
you killed one of my people.
Whoa, now they deserved it. You know it. I know it. We all know it. They deserved it.
I'm gonna put Azariah on here. You can probably hereabouts. Because he will look at Azariah and say, "Very dangerous. You choose allies. Well, you choose dangerous powers to be your ally. They will corrupt you as surely as they did to me." And he looks at all of you and says, "Know that it is I, indeed, that have brought you here to my land, Barovia. I've done this for a singular purpose. I am seeking my successor. And I've been doing this for centuries now. But all have been disappointments. Horrible disappointments. So far, you've performed admirably. But there can only be one successor, and there are many dangers in this land that I think will test your mettle. See who among you is most worthy to be Lord of Barovia."
Wait, aren't I technically the Baron of that?
We won that election, right?
I don't think anybody would contest the results, if that's what you mean.
And he will look at you, Hep Hep, and say, "Most puzzling."
And then we'll take that as a compliment as he chows into the Salisbury steak.
Mm.
It is the most delicious food you've ever tasted, Hep Hep.
I will eat until I am stupid full. Like,
Yeah,
unable to even act full.
It is absolutely delicious.
Like when we leave, I will have to basically crawl out of this room. Is how much I need.
It's gonna take a million mage hands to get him.
Almost certainly, although I suspect that bastard who threw the dart at me, who's really good at darts, by the way, might carry me out himself.
He'll look at you, Folin, and say, "Your methods of dispatching the druid's plaything was very impressive indeed."
Thank you.
And he looks at you, Majestic, and says, "And your interesting musical style has brought something Barovia has not heard in centuries. And for that, I thank you."
As far as what Barovia has heard for centuries, I suppose I should take your word for it. You have a talent for the ancient melodies of the land. And a pipe organ is my third most favorite instrument.
He gestures towards the organ and says, "Feel free, if you so choose."
I'm a little surprised that he offered to let me play on his own personal pipe organ, but I'm
What
Roll
will you
performance.
play? All right.
Okay, yeah, it's definitely the best organ you've ever had the experience of playing.
okay. I'm gonna play Mbop by Hanson.
Hep Hep is a huge Hanson fan.
Of course he is.
And as this is happening on the organ, Strahd will look over all of you and say, "I have a task to give you that will determine if you are worthy of becoming my successor. To the south, there is a mountain, Mount Gakis, and on top of this mountain is a temple, the Amber Temple, the source of Barovia's strength and its most crippling weakness. Go there and bring me proof that you have indeed gone to this place, that you have encountered the secrets that it holds inside. Bring this proof back to me, and I will deem you worthy."
Okay, but we've got some things we gotta take care of with your people, man. Your people aren't very happy, man.
He waves a hand. "Ignore them. Most of them are soulless. They are mindless machines enacting the same dreary mimicry of life over and over again."
Okay, so I keep hitting my push to talk button and then not talking because that's what Stokel's doing. He keeps like opening his mouth and then deciding against what he's gonna say and then being like, but and then like and he keeps opening his mouth like he's gonna say something, but he's not actually saying it. So I want someone to notice that.
Yeah, 13's good enough to notice that.
Glortalk knows me well enough that that is a good enough roll. And if he wants to ask me about it now, he can. If he wants to ask me about it later, he can.
At this, Strahd will stand up from the table and say, "Please, eat your fill this evening. You will find safe passage out of the castle. Do not wander through the castle. I cannot guarantee your safety if you were to do that. But I can guarantee you safe passage from the castle across the drawbridge."
This sounds like a Beauty and the Beast situation where we're not allowed to go to the West.
Yeah.
And now I'm imagining Strahd giving Hep Hep a library, which I just love the mental image of this.
Don't go to the West Wing, or the North Wing, or the East Wing, or the South Wing, or the Northwest Wing, or the Northeast Wing, or the Southwest Wing.
He will walk to the doors, then turn around and look at all of you and say, "Also, regarding my bride-to-be, you can hide her all you wish, but she will be mine."
I look at
Well,
Warcock with
we just
like
got permission
very
to,
confused eyes.
Oh shoot, that reminds me. I wrote this for
You
and
cut
I'm
out,
never
man.
going I'm never going to be able to play this again because you know the next time we'll probably just kill him. But you know, so I wrote this one and did some moody magic to it. So it's kind of got a super melancholy feel to it. So it's like whoa, now the chill got real. The sunset dancer's best appeal. A lone performer balances south on blackest stage near candid mouth. A cloud of dust before her stills. The time secluded, silent and shrill. The eyes that form bare his soul. Aware before he stands up whole, his visage strong, she went along, the hearts moved on by timeless song, erase the grass below his feet, and stone the grass that feeds the meat, ice for wind and rain for ice, the rage won't even suffer the mice, the now is real, the time of men, but he cannot forget the then.
Can I be
Wow.
honest? You wrote
That-
about 6 to 8 more stanzas than I expect most of the time. And like it's fantastic. I'm like expecting like 4 to 6 stanzas, and then I get like 12 to 18, and I'm always super impressed.
And that one works pretty well with background music, actually.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I can't actually hear the background music. I've had it muted. But
I
yes,
can't
this
either.
one.
I was
This
imagining
one's-
it accompanied by the pipe,
Mm.
which it
Ah.
works.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, this was a brief tale based off of the small bit of knowledge that I have about Strahd and the love he lost, and so is made for him personally as a bit of gratitude for his hospitality.
Wow.
Does Strahd react to this pipe organ rap?
He will give a respectful nod towards you. And with
And
that,
then he turns
will...
around and cries his eyes out, but he doesn't want us to see, so he steals away.
He's strong, Strahd.
He will
Turn to bats.
close the doors softly behind him.
Oh, vampires can't cry because their tears would count as running water, and that would give him acid.
Yeah, something like that.
About a minute later, Rahadin will return,
Oh,
and he'll make sure everyone's goblets are filled to the brim with wine. And
Oh.
I will not drink wine.
he'll replace.
yeah, Hep would not. Hep has had bad experiences with alcohol.
Yeah, Hep is done with that.
He'll replace any empty trays with more trays of food.
I haven't eaten anything, first of all. Second of all, I'll look around, and even if people aren't done and don't really look like they're done, I'll very vocally say, "We were told you would provide safe passage out of this castle."
Rahadin says, "Do you remember the way, or do I have to show you?"
Of course I remember the way. And
Very
then
good.
With that, no, I don't even wait. I'll just go.
I'll follow him.
Okay.
Outie there.
Yep, time to go.
Mm-hmm.
Melissa's character will follow. Okay. And you return to the courtyard, where you find your horses and carriages waiting, or carts waiting.
Wait, what?
Whoa! Wait a minute. How did they catch up that fast?
And who drove them?
This man has all the wealth in the land, and as such has the best of valet.
Okay, but how did they catch up that fast?
Probably another portal.
Yeah. And why didn't we take a portal?
Because he didn't want us to take a portal.
Sure.
And
Anyway,
that
I'm gonna
is
get in the
where
cart.
We'll end for tonight.
Okay.
Good call.
Oops,
Very,
that's
very
Valaki.
fun episode.
Yeah.
Tons packed in there. We got
Oh, yeah.
we got battle, we got lore, we got laughs, we got tears. I don't know if we actually got
You
tears.
got dinner with Strahd.
Somebody got dinner.
We
I
got
didn't get dinner.
Yeah, we did. And he's actually kind of a nice dude.
Mm.
It's not so bad. What's the bad?
That's not what you were supposed to come away with.
He's kind of a good guy, though. Like, he ain't so bad.
Maybe one of you guys can be Strahd's
Successor.
Sounds great to me.
Hmm.
I mean, like, it's not such
Think
a
of all
bad
the order
boy.
I could implement.
All right, I'm gonna just go ahead and pre-kill all of the people who might become Strahd's successor, just so you know.
How does one pre-kill someone?
Well, it's like if you saw
It's like
baby.
preheating the oven.
No. If you saw baby Hitler growing up and you were like, that dude's gonna become Hitler, what do?
Have you seen pictures
Oh.
of baby Hitler? He's the cutest.
I forgot to give you this picture. It's like actually the best picture.
Ooh.
And I
That
feel
is a
like-
good picture.
That is a trustworthy face.
And I feel like in that context of seeing baby Hitler, of course he's gonna grow up to become Hitler. His name's Hitler.
No, I know, but the point is, would you step in? Would
Guys,
you?
we are recording this.
Yeah, no, I'm not advocating for killing babies. I'm talking about like, would you step in to prevent him from becoming Hitler? And that's what I'm saying. Balgar's mentality would be if he saw people headed towards becoming Strahd's successor, he would absolutely step in. The pre-killing part was a joke,
Yes.
but that
him
is
stepping
actually
in-
Balgar's attitude.
Him assuming that becoming Strahd's successor means we'd actually act like Strahd, which we can't know without future knowledge, like we would.
Of
in the case
course,
baby
I'm
Hitler.
just saying like my senses are heightened because like during this, I would have seen people being somewhat tempted maybe by the sexiness of Strahd, not physical sexiness. No, not.
I was tempted by the physical
You're
sexiness
definitely
of
projecting
Strahd.
right now.
no, like the sexiness of the position and of the power and of all of that.
Quick,
And if I
someone
see
who's able to
people,
edit the document, quick, go to the document, add that quote.
but if I see people being tempted by the power, like Balgar is hypersensitive to that. That's all I'm
Because of
saying.
That statement, I have to ask, boss, was Strahd sitting in a sexy position?
Did he
Based
have
on
his
his
legs-
in the most sultry of positions.
Lean back with legs spread.
Actually, hold on. Let me.
Not just sexy, it was sultry.
He's on a lounge.
Let me.
He's like a hedonism bot.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my.
Let me. Give you one more handout.
Oh my, do I wish you gave Strahd the voice of hedonism bot. Would have immediately turned to his side.
I don't know if I could have done that for that long.
It would have been very difficult.
I would have loved him immediately.
Go to the Amber Temple. A little tiny, but
That is okay. Yeah, no, he is kind of sexy though.
Wait, what do the cards have to do with anything? Our fortunes.
Exactly.
Don't we all die in those fortunes?
The question is, was our fortune that we got at the very beginning of this campaign actually influenced by Strahd himself? And are we playing into his hand by believing that they are our fortunes?
So, two things. One, was it not a good thing that I stole those cards to begin with? And two, was it not a good thing that I punched those goddamn Romani in their faces?
I think we would have gotten the cards somehow either way.
Okay, so my point is, I'm indispensable for punching people in their faces.
Oh. I do actually admire that quality in you.
I mean, and
It's
given the fact
actually
that you're
my
the only one that
sole goal
punches,
this entire campaign is to punch people in their faces when they deserve it.
Or in the back of their faces.
Yeah, well, that one guy deserved that even worse, so he got it worse.
So I'm gonna start a pool, and everybody pick who you bet by the end of this campaign will be a success.
Okay, how meta can we get right now?
Over
My point
under?
is, I have a friend who has done this campaign, and he mentioned something about a toy maker, and I want to meet this toy maker because I don't know the whole story, and I want to find him and protect him and make him happy.
I do have a handout waiting for when you beat him.
I want to meet him. That's my main goal right now as a meta character. Well, my character has no knowledge of this character, so he doesn't know anything about it. But we have to encounter him in this campaign. That's I know we're taking a break, and I'm okay with that. It's okay.
Yes,
But-
so February is going to be an absolute nightmare for me.
Okay.
So I'm going to take a bit of a break, but we'll be back March for the next part of Curse of Strahd.
All right.
That's okay. That's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's okay.
mm-hmm.
And yeah, I mean it completely. But I just want to put in your mind, as a seedling, as a little bit of a thing. Make sure we encounter the twin maker.
I'll keep that in mind.
So I want to talk about how you just broke one of the most amazing staffs that you get to encounter.
Yeah, no, tell me about that. Because,
So-
it screamed. What was I supposed to do? Deal with it?
You're supposed to
Let me,
control it. It's,
Honestly, I think my reaction was the most rational.
And it was it was in character, and I think that counts for a lot. Like, even if you don't get necessarily the power of whatever it was, like
honestly, as a meta character, I knew the staff was powerful.
right.
I knew it had something that mattered. But it started screaming, and my character had it in his hands.
Mm-hmm.
That's fucked up. I wanted to stop. So that's what my character did.
If you're curious about what the staff does,
Yes, please.
the staff can be wielded as a magic quarterstaff. On a hit, it deals damage as a normal quarterstaff, and you can expend one charge, which it has 10 of, to regain a number of hit points equal to the damage dealt by the weapon.
Wow.
Each time a charge is spent, red blood oozes from the staff's pores, and you must succeed on a DC 12 Wisdom saving throw, or be afflicted with short-term madness.
God damn.
While you are attuned to the staff, blights and other evil plant creatures don't regard you as hostile unless you harm them.
Wow.
guess how many times I've failed that wisdom save?
Right.
Every single time.
I mean, honestly, I think a quarterstaff is a monk weapon. So if I thought it was a magical staff, which is why I didn't try to use it.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was like a magic wand or something.
Well, I think
like a
well,
magic
my
device.
interpretation of that is that it is a staff, but you can use it as a quarterstaff.
Yes, that's
Mhm.
how it's written.
Okay. So I misunderstood. Honestly, so cool. His intelligence is at a +0. So I think Stokel's interpretation of events was as appropriate as it possibly could be
Oh
for
yes,
him.
definitely.
especially like his wisdom is 2 plus 2. So his wisdom says this thing is screaming. That means probably bad things for him.
Yep.
So he broke it. And I'm sorry I broke the staff.
Oh, you shouldn't be.
No,
Yeah,
it's
don't apologize.
it's a bit of a liability if you try to use it, so it's
Yeah.
it's perfectly valid
don't
because when it breaks, all of the blights die.
Oh, wait, even the ones at the place?
Yes.
Yeah.
All of the ones at the winery died because you broke the staff.
So I win.
Yeah.
Yes!
Speaking of winning, everyone should level up. You got a month to level up.
All right.
Oh yeah.
And I'll still do it on the
Well,
day
yeah.
of.
I know, right? Like, the day it happens, we're all going to be leveling up.
Yep.
But, that's awesome. Anyway. Okay, so, also, Apollo, what were we talking about later?
Oh, nothing really. Just you starting and stopping yourself from speaking.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you very clearly. I'm going to turn you up.
That was just about you continually starting and stopping talking at dinner.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay, so the reason I kept continually stopping and starting was because I didn't know how to say that, like, I want to kill Strahd right now, but also he's kind of awesome. I mean, he fed us this awesome food. And he didn't try to kill us right now. Even though we're, according to our star cards, destined to kill him. Or at least we're all going to die. One of those. The death card is notoriously ambiguous.
You know
I'm
the
gonna
difference.
sign off. So good night, everybody.
Yeah. Good night.
Thanks for playing, everyone.
All right,
Thank
good
you,
night.
guys.
Thank you,
I'll
boss.
see ya.
Bye.
Bunch of weirdos.